taverns glow where the shadows weave. Thriss the fighter, ready to believe. The clink of mugs, the scent of ale so sweet. With dreams of glory, we gather round our seat.
Lie high, the druid whispers to the trees. Her hands brush the leaves like a soft summer's breeze. The taste of wild berries, the fire crackling bright. With every spell she casts, we dance through the night. Boros, the bard, strummed a tune on his lyre. His voice filled the air, lifting spirits higher. With songs of triumphs and tales of our woes, we laugh through the pain as our friendship only grows.
Oh, the saga of the Dragonlance, our hearts beat as one. Through battles and laughter, under moonlight and sun, we're bound by the stories, the trials we faced. In this world of magic, we've all found our place.
Elowyn, the cleric, with light in her hand, healed wounds of the past like a soft guiding hand. The smell of warm herbs wafted through the air. In moments of darkness, she made us feel fair.
Henry the rogue, with a wink and a smile, slipped through the shadows, elusive and agile. The thrill of the chase, the rush in our veins. With every daring move, he broke all the chains.
Gunnar the barbarian, with strength like a bear, roared through the night like thunder in the air. With great challenge, we stood side by side. In the heat of the clash, we took our pride.
Oh, the saga of the Dragonlance, our hearts beat as one. Through battles and laughter, under moonlight and sun, we're bound by the stories, the trials we faced. In this world of magic, we've all found our place.
So here's to the laughter and to the tears that we share. In the saga of the Dragonlance, we journey everywhere. With every adventure, our bonds only grow. In this tale of a lifetime, together we flow.
Welcome to another DragonLance Saga gaming episode. Today is session 12 of our Dungeons & Dragons 2024 heavily customized Tyranny of Dragons live play. It is Brock Holmes' Wealth the 28th. My name is Adam. I would like to take a moment and thank the DL Saga members and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can also pick up DragonLance gaming materials using my affiliate links. It helps out the channel just a little bit. Each of these DragonLance gaming episodes double as fundraisers for nonprofit organizations that support our service members on active duty or veterans who no longer serve. All donations go directly to the organization. Thank you if you're capable and care. All right, here we go again. We are back last time on Tyranny of Dragons. The heroes enter the dragon hatchery and discover that the straggler kobolds they assisted in their initial approach to the raiders' camp were watching the eggs and ran forward to meet them. The heroes explained that Frulam Mondath and Langdadrosa Kyanrath were dead and they could claim the dragon hatchery for their own. The kobolds left to get some meat for the guard drakes and the roper that were guarding the 3 black dragon eggs. The heroes quickly went to work destroying the eggs only to discover a key, and Lehi went down only to inadvertently provoke the guard drakes. The battle ended with the roper named Sally helping the heroes with the promise of more food, and she ended up watching over them with the kobolds as they took a long rest in the hatchery. With all of the threats gone, and the heroes having leveled up, they returned to First Ward to deliver some stolen items and refresh themselves before heading to Solanthus. Henry was approached by a wizard of high sorcery to take his test of high sorcery. The others headed to their long road to Solanthus and met Henry already inside, but with a limp. They searched for Leos and Erlenthander and Onthar Froom, finding them in a pair of Black Antlers tavern. Once they gave their information, Leosin offered them to have the group join the Legion of Steel, and intercept the cultists' caravan en route to the citadel of Karak Tor in Coastland. The heroes agree and plan to head out in the morning. Now, this past evening has been filled with shopping and sleeping. So y'all are intended to meet back together with Leos and Erlenthar and talk about this whole joining the Legion of Steel thing. So what are you guys doing?
Mom, do you think they're going to have cool jackets?
We asked for pins, honey. I hope they.
Oh,
Yes, if they got jackets, that's even better.
okay.
I hope so. I woke up and I prayed for about a minute and changed my spells around. Got that in there.
Same.
Okay. So are y'all going to go back to the tavern, or are you going to...
That where we were told to meet him, because he sent us down the street. He's like, the inn's down over here, and you guys can stay there for the night. And so was the plan for us to meet him back at the Pair of Black Antlers?
We're going to say yes.
Okay, sounds good. Then, yeah. That's where Kithris is headed.
So as you guys head back to the tavern, it's early morning. It hasn't officially opened, but you guys, as you walk in, the tavern keeper or the barkeep recognizes you from the previous night and from Leosin and Onthar's conversations, and he sort of motions you to go back behind the bar. There's a little hallway that goes all the way to the end, past a bunch of rooms that have already been taken up, and there's a sort of little star jewel hanging on a door handle at the very end of the hallway. For those of you who don't know what a star jewel is, traditionally star jewels are elven magical items that are granted to people who want to connect themselves with you, very much like a wedding ring, but it has magical properties. The Legion of Steel actually uses it as a symbol based on the history of the Legion of Steel and stuff like that, but we'll get into that at some other point. For now, that star jewel is the symbol of the Legion of Steel. It's hanging on a door, so you know that that is the door that you are intended to go through.
What are the
Can we knock
chances that when
first?
people are engaging in romantic copulation in there?
I would say 70-30.
All right, let's roll those.
Maybe we should just knock
bones.
first. Oh, nope, she's just going to open the door.
No, I'm gonna roll a. I'm gonna roll
Hello.
a D100. 73.
Okay. Mom, do you want to knock
We go
first, or
in.
do we just...
No, we go in.
Nope, she's just... Okay.
So as you open the door, the light from the hallway that is really in this early morning, only lantern light, sort of hanging from the ceiling of this hall, floods into the floor. And you can see that there's this nice, elaborate rug that is also the symbol, the star jewel symbol, woven within its tapestry there. But as the door opens, the light hits it and then instantly goes out, and it's completely black on the inside. You guys have experienced in your traveling darkness spells, and so this very much seems like something like that.
Spooky.
Oh.
All right. Cool.
Leosin, are you in here?
Yeah. Hello.
As you
Guys?
call out into the darkness, you actually hear a gong being struck. And it reverberates.
Henry.
Very close to the edge of the door that you guys are in. A very quiet whisper, "Come inside and shut the door." And another gong strikes.
okay.
And it reverberates.
I go
Right.
in and
Yeah, we're gonna head in.
That was loud.
Kithris will make sure everybody gets in and then close the door behind him.
As the door closes, a couple more gongs had been struck
Thank
during
you,
the time
Kithris.
of everyone sort of filtering in and checking their steps and making sure no one's tripping over anyone else and the rugs. And there's a lot of hands groping and, trying to find your way in this literal pitch blackness. And then this harp starts being played melodically, not with any overt intentions, just chords being struck, creating atmosphere. The darkness lifts and you see a couple standalone candles lit on the far end, and the center of the room is that massive rug tapestry of the Star Jewel, and standing in the center of it is Leosin. He looks down, and he's sort of shrouded in these robes, and he just sort of motions for you to come close to him.
All of us.
We all walk
We're
forward.
heading over.
As you all
Shuffle.
walk forward, you see actual small markers, and this is the first time you're actually realizing that this is a much larger chamber than you thought it was upon initial entry, and there is a much larger group of people surrounding in cloaks as well across the border of this rug itself. So as you walk in, he sort of whispers under his breath as the harmonic chords are being pulled and echoing throughout the chamber. If you would be so kind, and if you will join the Legion of Steel, take a knee.
Take a knee.
Get through
Oh, I
this.
forgot this guy's
Take a knee.
accent. Sorry, I gotta do that. Does anyone not take
Take
a
it.
knee?
I
Okay.
take a knee, but I basically stay at the same height. 'Cause I'm pretty short.
Freakish legs. Like he's just a real long
I'm a
torso.
teeny tiny little lady.
Okay, so as everyone takes a knee, he reaches down from behind him, pulls out a lantern which emits light in this sort of 180 degree all across each of you, the six of you, and that extra ambient light really does reveal that there's a lot of people in here. They're all robed and hooded, and it's a little bit eerie, to be honest. And the music is still playing, and you're actually smelling this sort of foreign scent. If any of you have ever traveled to Kerr, you might notice it as frankincense is being wafting through the room. Probably been burning here for quite a while. There's a little bit of stale note underneath it, so it's not entirely pleasant at all, but it's potent for certain. And as you're just sort of kneeling, looking side-eye at each one of you, like, what is going on? Leosin speaks up. The Legion of Steel has been around since the Chaos War. Our patron, Steel Brightblade, gave his life as a hero, and his surrogate mother, Sarah Dunstan, formed this organization to be a balancing point against the Knights of Solamnia and the Knights of Tikhisis. There was never any sort of code that we lived by until Sarah Dunstan was on her deathbed. And as the Plainsman Silverclaw was taking her head as the High Elder, the Daskalos Agape, she quoted this code, and I will have each of you repeat the primary tenets, and I will describe what each tenet means. If you wish to join the Legion, you will have to swear this oath and mean it. The first tenet, repeat after me, have the courage to do right.
Have the
Have
courage
the
to do
courage
right.
to do
right.
right.
This means that you will be willing to sacrifice anything for the greater good and the success of the Legion. Honor, wealth, glory, even dignity. That you must be prepared to sometimes cause immediate harm in the name of the greater good. The second tenet is know yourself. That's
Know
your
yourself.
cue.
Yes. Know us.
Know myself.
Know myself.
Oh, know yourself.
Know
yeah.
yourself.
Knowing yourself means being aware of your limitations, your prejudices, and your weaknesses. For self-deception is more dangerous than any enemy enchantment. The next tenet, repeat after me, respect virtue.
Respect
virtue.
Respect virtue.
Respect virtue.
You see, power, rank, and reputation should never gain someone respect. Only virtue. You give respect to people who actually deserve it. The next tenet is to stay alert.
Stay
Stay
alert.
alert.
Stay
Stay
alert.
alert.
Thank you.
Stay alert.
Stay alert.
That means failure due to adversity is unfortunate and unavoidable. Failure due to inattention is disgraceful. Failing to spot an enemy due to any avoidable reason is nearly unforgivable. the next tenant. Everyone deserves justice.
Everyone
deserves justice.
Everyone deserves justice.
Justice may punish the guilty and bring relief to the wronged. It must never be cruel or arbitrary, and must recognize genuine repentance. And the final tenet is never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Legionnaires' struggle can only end at their death. You may set a task aside unfinished if a higher priority arises, but you must always return to it. This code, this legacy, again was laid down by Sarah Dunstan on her deathbed. It is what each of us Legionnaires carry with us on every mission. The Legion of Steel is separated into two formations. We have scouts and we have warriors. You are all being indoctrinated as scouts, for as we spoke the night prior, we need you to carry out a mission. And that is to join the caravan traveling north that the cult is a part of. Do you accept being indoctrinated into the Legion of Steel as scout?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Scout's
Yes.
honor. Sounds great.
Kind of need to hear from all of you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. In that case, the scout captain is myself. I am the Acroatis, and I will be directing you in your mandate as scouts. The lights sort of pick up, and everyone throws their hoods and cloaks back. They drop down to the floor, and you can see a wide mixed array of races, from elves and half-elves and gnomes and Kender and humans. You see half-ogres. You see all sorts of different species represented here. Not one Draconian. Not one.
Son of a bitch. It's fine,
And they
it's
all
fine.
start clapping and cheering. "Ah!" And Laosin walks up to each of you, grasps you by the forearm. "Welcome, Scout, to the Legion of Steel." And he walks over to each of you, welcoming you. He hands each of you a star jewel pendant. He tells you this is not something region dependent that will come as a benefit. Again, we are not supporters outright of the Knights of Solamnia, inasmuch as we are not supporters outright of the Knights of Takesis, otherwise known as the Dark Knights. But this does not mean that we stand in stark opposition to either. When it suits our needs, when it suits the legacy, we will side with either or both in order to see it done. As this universe is compiled by the balance between good, evil, and neutrality, we stand as that neutrality. And it is a responsibility that we do not take lightly. And I hope that you understand what you are signing on for, as you have already sworn your oaths. So, let's get some breakfast. I hear they got a pretty good omelet. He starts walking out, the gong starts ringing as you're walking out. Henry,
Kithris leans over to
drop in.
Lehigh.
Yeah?
Oh. Kithris leans over to Lehigh and he's like, "Mom, do you think he's going to write all those names down? I am not going to remember those."
You weren't taking notes?
Names. Somebody said something about names?
Yeah, there was titles, there was all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know. You know I don't speak common
either.
good.
Star jewel.
Elowyn, maybe will know. Hopefully we'll know.
Yeah, she's
I
smart.
love that.
Okay. Yeah. Bacon sounds good. Let's get bacon. Kithris starts heading out.
Yeah, bacon does. Well, I mean, I think I'll have
An omelet
fruit
sounds
of
pretty good
some
right now.
sort.
So it takes a little while for breakfast to be served, and the waitresses and waiters coming over, taking all your orders, getting you your drinks and stuff for breakfast. But ultimately, it's really, it looks like this entire inn is taken up by the Legion of Steel that was in your indoctrination room and they're all just sort of cutting loose and having fun and laughing and joking and sort of glad-handing and meeting each of you and shaking your hands and having small, polite conversations. And as the morning is going on, eventually Laosin calls all of you to a singular table. And as you're all sitting down, sort of finishing up your breakfast, burping and digesting and drinking your coffee or tea or whatever it is you would like to consume, he looks out. He's like, "We have requisitioned some horses and some packs. They contain food and provisions for the horses. We will provide you with 50 steel for traveling money on the off chance that you run across something that you need to purchase for the moment. I believe you should all be equipped with enough rations to travel. You're going to be heading directly from Solanthus west to Thalgard, and from Thalgard there is a path that wanders through the mountain range that goes right to Deepdel. The Vingard Mountains can be quite treacherous and dangerous, so I hope that at least one of you is aware of mountain journeying and has traveled the mountains before. I'm looking at you, Niedar Dwarf. Seeing as you grew up in hills and mountains, I'm thinking you might be the expedition leader here. Right?
Yeah, no, that sounds
Okay.
good. Mom's
Okay.
got a useful map of the area too, so.
I'm sure she does. Let's hope it's not
No, I
pre-cataclysmic.
do. That's what it's called. It's actually a very useful map of the area. Thank you very much.
It's like written in the margins. Very well. The town that you're going to be going to, again, this is based on timelines that you have told us of when you left the cultist camp and when you returned here to Solanthus or arrived here at Solanthus, and when you heard that the cults was traveling from Kergoth north. We believe that you should be intercepting them in Deepdel. By the time they get there, you should be able to get there across the Thalgard Mountains. I'm sorry, the Vingard Mountains. Again, you will have to hurry. There is no time for delays or side quests or party breaks that are extensive. Just understand that we are on a timetable here. You have to get on to that caravan. Now, the best way to get on the caravan is to either have a wagon of your own and join the caravan or to go in as a guard. Now, because you would be infinitely slower if you traveled with a wagon, we are going to have you go by horse. Of course, you're going to have to lead those horses across the mountain range. You won't be able to ride them across most of it because it's going to be too treacherous. But you should be able to get to Deepdel before the caravan arrives. Now, ask around if it's passed already. Get your tukuses to it as quickly as possible, and if it's not there yet, sit tight and wait. It will arrive. Caravans of traders normally travel from Kergoth, and they can go all the way up to Hargoth. This is a normal trade route. It is time-consuming. It takes months, which is why we believe that you should be able to intercept them. Now, I do have a contact that you should be reaching out to once you get into Deepdel. He is a person that I'm looking up right now. He is a very interesting individual named Akin Celebon. Write that down. You'll need to know it. He runs an equipment outpost, and a lot of the caravans stop by and require goods or services from him, so he will definitely know who you can talk to once you get there. Mention my name, but I should probably mention that I owe him some money. It was an flippant gambling comment I made years ago. It was before I swore my oath to the gods and became a monk. He might still be a little sore, but he should have forgotten by now. So you know that's our history, and he gave me a coin. He called the Millennium Falcon for winning the bet, and he's still a little bit sore about it. So I just want to put that out there. In any
That's a lot
case,
to take in, sir. You said he runs a shop.
yes.
Does the shop have a name, or we just got to go ask for him?
Of course it has a name. Don't be ridiculous. All shops have names. It's a very
Well, that's why I'm asking.
it's a very good name. that is, on the forefront of my
An
tongue.
equipment outpost name.
It's called.
You could just write it down and slide
Oh,
it
I'll
on
just
a
write
piece
it
of
down.
paper across the table,
That's-
and then yeah, I'll have
Then
it
you
when
won't
we need it.
forget.
That'll be fine.
See, I just don't want you
Yeah.
to forget. That's why
That's perfect.
I hesitate to even mention it. Here it
No,
is.
just-
And he
yeah,
writes
write
it
it
down.
down.
Sends it to you.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that. That's going.
I don't
in
even
my
think he
notes.
has
You wrote-
like. There's literally no business name. Like, he's just a
Wrote
human trader named
down
Akin
the
who
name
operates an
of
equipment
his
business. So the business name is Akin's Accessories
With an
Okay.
I,
with an A. Can't you hear?
Akin,
Ah.
with in
Akin's
the
diet?
middle.
Oh yeah, Akin's.
A-
with an
I was gonna say,
AK.
didn't he run a successful diet program about 20, 30
There
years
was.
ago?
Actually, it's not an I, it's a Y to be specific, but Celebon
Oh,
with an S and a bon.
Cinnabon?
Not
Yes.
not
Right.
Cinnabon. There are no
Not
no Cinnabons in this world. I do not want to go down the Cinnabon route again.
you know what? You should
Alright,
ask me my
alright.
pony's name right now.
Oh my god.
Ducks.
You have a pony?
Sorry, that's a
We all
insider
we all
joke
have
from
one.
another game we ran in the past. All right.
It's
So-
just cinnamon, but
Close enough. All right, so he basically gives you all the information you need. You need to find a way to join the caravan, either as a guard or some other service to the other merchants that are going in the caravan. And it's believed that the cultists are traveling unknowingly with the caravan. Of course, they're going in secret and stuff. Leosin looks over at Elowyn. You studied in Solanthus, is that right?
I did.
Wow. I spent a significant amount of my time in Solanthus, actually. The great library, I spent hours and hours researching this cult. And one thing I found relatively interesting was that the cult originated in Sanction, where they were trying to raise Dracoliches. They were trying to corrupt spirits and bones of old, long-dead dragons and reanimate them. It didn't work very successfully, and this new venture of connecting themselves with dragons and trying to, well, do what they're doing stems from a sort of second phase or readjustment or realignment of the cult. And this is why it's dangerous. It's one thing to have a group of nincompoops sitting in a dark corner pontificating on raising bones. It's another thing to be traveling across the entire continent of Ansalon, terrorizing its people, walking through Solamnia as if there's not a care in the world without anyone to stop them. We are really relying on all of you. And seeing as you, he's like looking around, are probably the heart, the spiritual center of this group. I hope that you'll take the legacy to heart and guide them through morality and know when it's time to take action and when it's time to sit on your hands and wait. We're not trying to destroy this cult. In this moment, you are scouts trying to find out where their ultimate destination is. Now, when you told me the night prior that Frulam Mondath mentioned Resmir was going to the citadel of Karaktor, I had done a little bit of research. And quite frankly, that's a ruined citadel that hasn't had any occupants. It's in the middle of a dead swamp. There's no reason why anyone would go there, which is probably exactly why this cult is going there. But I do not believe that is the final destination. That must be some sort of waypoint. If you can determine the final destination this cult is going to, we might discover their actual plans, where they're taking all of the loot that they had stolen, the slaves possibly, and their true machinations. I'm relying on you. Can you do this for me?
Of course.
I'm
We'll
not
do our
talking
best.
to you. I'm talking to Elowyn.
oh, like, yeah.
Why does yours say Lehigh?
Yes.
And Boros says, what the heck?
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Huh. We're gonna...
We've switched characters for the day.
I just noticed that. That's my bad. All right, fixed. He was literally like looking at and like talking to Elowyn, and Boros was like, "Yeah, we got you. No problem."
Yes.
As soon as he
Kithris
said
is
leading
ignoring
to
most of that.
morality, I knew he wasn't talking to me.
Kithris is trying to get seconds on bacon, so he doesn't even.
Okay. All right, so you have your mission. He wants you to get out there as soon as you possibly can. So what is your plan?
Get to that caravan.
We need
It's
to
like,
hustle.
Let's get more
caravan.
bacon and then go.
Did we ask for any
Grab-
horses? Anything?
Yeah, he is going to provide you guys with horses.
Cool.
He
Yeah,
said
so-
horses
grab
and then
second
supplies
breakfast.
for the horses.
Yeah.
What
For
about
what?
11Zs?
There's no 11
11?
Cs.
Dinner?
Why
Supper.
not?
You have hard
Oh, I get it.
rations.
Ugh.
Yeah, let's get our horses and just stay with
Are
the
they friends?
caravan and look for any suspicious activity.
Well, we
So
gotta
just so
take
you know,
the
you-
horses across the mountains
Right.
to a city and then wait for the caravan.
So if you guys
And then
look
when
at
the
the
caravan shows up, you
campaign
gotta
map,
infiltrate it.
Deepdel.
I'm going to show
Mm.
everyone else here. You are right now in Solanthus. You need to travel past Thelgard into the Vingard Mountains, across the Vingard Mountains into Deepdel, and that's where you should meet up from the caravan that was traveling out of Karagoth before.
Okay.
So,
Just for reference, do we know where? Because they're headed to Deepdel and supposedly to Karaktor. Do we know where Karaktor, the ruins of it, exist?
probably not. Does anyone here have a
Okay.
map?
I
Lehigh
have
does.
a very useful map of the area.
All right, I'm going
What
to
do you
give
want
it,
to know?
because Karaktor is kind of an obscure location, I'm going to give you like a 20% chance. So 20 or below, you have it on your map. 64.
Roll a
Aw.
D-hundo.
So you do not have it on your map. You're not sure. It must be north because that's where
Wait,
the caravan is
what?
traveling
No,
from south
don't
to
look at
north.
the 73. The 73.
No,
Hold
I
on.
rolled
The
it.
73. Oh, okay. Well, I rolled a 74, so I
Don't look at the
extra don't
73.
have it. Don't let that 73 fool you.
Look at
It's
the 74.
worse.
Yeah. All right. So it's going. It took you 10 days to get from First Ward to Solanthus, and that was traveling not on roads but through open sort of plains and areas until you met the road at Renning and then headed north to Solanthus. So you know that it's going to be pretty quick to get to Thelgard, but going over the mountains is going to take you some time, and it can take you a very, very long time. So basically what I'm going to do is roll daily encounters to see if anything happens. But we're looking at, you're probably going to be, I mean, you tell me, how do you want to travel? Do you want to push these horses to death? Do you want to do a casual travel with the horses? Do you want to take it easy? Like, what's your pace?
Just
I
do
think we
casual,
should- I mean,
medium.
What's
Come
in
in as
between
fast as you
medium
can.
and fast?
Yeah.
Mast.
Then
I
mass
like it.
pace.
I don't
mass
want to
pace.
push him to death, but we do need a
Yeah.
hustle.
Right.
horses on camping trips sometimes make things weird.
Oh my gosh. 100% they do.
What could that
A
possibly?
horse was tied up to the thinnest Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and Sam and me and some other dudes were staring at it as it was like rearing up at a man camp, freaking out. And I'm just like trying to calm it down like it's a dog. Like, shh, 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 it's okay, it's okay. As it's like kicking its legs, freaking out and calling at its partner horse that abandoned us. It was terrifying. Terrifying. Anyway, that's what that was.
That's when Adam realized he wasn't a druid.
100%. I was not a horse whisperer at all. It was just
Yeah,
like, I will
none of us
kill
were.
you. All right. So the first day of travel, you're heading, I assume, on the main roads because that would be fastest.
Sure.
Yeah.
See? Okay. So as you're traveling across the main roads, you run across this. I mean, first of all, as the first day, the early day, as you're leaving Solanthus, this is a very large metropolis of a city at this point. There's a lot of outskirt encampments, and the city sprawls out from there, sort of finding some sort of solace from the wildness of the wilderness there. But as you finally break out, you see this wagon with these cloaked individuals. The wagon inside of it is carrying a very seemingly sick individual, and as these sort of robed figures approach, they sort of raise their hands. Excuse us. Partner inside of the wagon is wounded.
Sorry.
Do you
no
have
side
any
quests.
What is the side quest, Kender? What is this you speak of? Jerkface. We have a wounded companion. We were hoping one of you could tend to him. Do you have any healers amongst you?
I know a good
I'm
one.
gonna pop a heel on him real quick.
Back that way, there's a bunch.
So as you start to approach, you sort of look down, and there's a bunch of sweat-soaked sheets covering this individual, and you see a lot of. Give me a wisdom check.
Give yourself
Ooh,
guidance.
Baby, a wisdom check.
10.
That's a natty 20, baby. I know exactly what's wrong.
This is a diseased individual, and if you
Yep,
get
on the way.
too close,
Oh.
then you will contract this disease.
Kithris.
I
nope,
warn everyone.
Nope.
Hold it back.
You don't know that, Elowyn. That was Lehigh.
Oh,
and she
I
hasn't
rolled
said
18.
anything.
Oh, sorry.
She rolled a
I thought I
natural
was supposed
20.
to roll 2.
Yeah, no, I'll stay
yeah.
here on the horse, Mom. Yeah, I know.
Do we eat
Like
some
everybody,
sushi?
not near this person. If we get near this person, we will get sick. If anyone can
His
pop a distance.
Cloaked companions like look over you. What do you mean, sick? We are all sick, and they pull back their hoods, and every one of them has some horrid, disfiguring disease, pustules oozing, and they just look vile and disgusting as they're just sort of standing there looking at you, questioning.
Can I pop a medicine check on them?
It's clear they're suffering from the same thing, but there's something
Same
else that's
thing.
causing this guy not to be able to walk.
This
You just, as you walked up and looked down, you're just like, ew, ow, disease.
is
Like
this
we're
is a whole
all
side quest.
we're all devotees of Morgan.
Then do I know what that is?
Yes. Well, yeah. At this point, I don't know. Everyone should. Elowyn, give me a religion check, please. And you too, Lehigh.
Okay.
That's not 20 for me.
I didn't ask you to.
13.
Everyone's rolling dice, and I'm not even asking. Most people will not know religious things. Only religious people would normally know them. So Elowyn and Lehigh, you know that Morgan is the god of disease. Like he is.
You.
Oh.
He's a.
Okay. So then why do
literally
you need a healer?
Well, he broke his leg. If you would
Oh.
tend to him.
Just wait then. No, you just wait. You're good. Deuces.
What?
You
Excuse
chose-
me?
No.
What do you mean?
You chose to be diseased and stuff. You just wait. The bone will heal. Just chill.
Could you
Horizontal.
Elowyn,
possibly
for a while.
bind him with your healing expertise?
No.
Elowyn,
one's
hit him with a
friend.
healing word from a distance, Elowyn. From like
Don't
way
even
back
touch him
here.
with your healing
Like
word.
way
Nobody-
back here.
Nobody mage hand right now. If you mage hand wash,
You're gonna need to wash
Can
your
you-
mage hand.
Can you wash Mage Hand?
yes, you can. Soap is not more than 10 pounds or whatever.
Got mage hand.
But,
That's hilarious.
so they're just asking to fix the broken bone?
yeah.
I'm just
Okay, I
going to
can't
shout.
touch him.
I'm going to
He's
shout
healing
heal.
word.
Him. We
I'm just
will
going to shout
all
heal at the
get
dude
lit.
as I cast healing word.
Is healing word distance?
Thank you.
60 feet.
All right. So what do you say when you do a healing word? How are you're doing this from the power of the heart, from mysticism. You're looking within yourself to find your inner core strength, and you're pushing that strength out in the form of empathy and healing, and it sort of envelops over him, and his leg starts to glow a little bit, and the sweat instantly dries up right around the top of the leg where the sweat on the sheet that was sticking to him. And he sort of like lifts his head. You have healed my leg. Thank you. May Morgan look kindly upon you in the future.
Does that mean we're going to get sick later?
No, thank you. I
No,
recently got
thank
rid-
you.
Thank you,
we
sir.
already got sick
I got rid of
earlier.
one. I got rid of one god out of my life. I don't need another one.
Thank you, sir.
No,
We'll be
yeah.
on our way now.
Thank you, no thank you.
Like, do not spurn the god of disease.
This is why he said no side quests. So we are not even at our city gates. And already there's lepers trying to like force their religion down our throats.
I already
Kithris
have
is
my
gonna-
god.
Kithris is gonna cast a
You hold
message
up
to
your
the
holy
guy who
medallion.
broke his
I'm good.
leg.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, what was that, Kithris?
Kithris wants to cast message on the guy in the wagon that broke his leg, and just say, "Hey, buddy, how'd you break your leg?"
Can you define message for me?
Message is a fun little cantrip that Kithris believes is his inner voice. Like Jiminy Cricket. Says you point towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target, and only the target, hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. You can cast through solid
Interesting.
objects if you're familiar with it. Magical silence, 1 foot of stone, metal, or wood, or a thin sheet of lead blocks the spell.
We were running out of Thelgard, where they were throwing stones at us. Some reason people don't take kindly to devotees of Morgian anymore. What kind of world are we living in?
He'll cast message again because it's one there and one back. So he'll cast message again. He's like, "Yeah, people are dicks. Good luck in Solanthus." All right, everybody, let's keep going.
May Morgian
he'll
watch yours back.
and he would not get another response. But Kithris would explain to them that to the rest of the party as we moved on. He said that the people in Thergard were like throwing rocks and stuff at him. Thelgard? So don't say that we worship Morgan or Mage Hand or whatever the guy's name is. Like, we're not his dudes there, okay?
We're not
pass
his
that along
dudes.
We're not though, honey. We're not. We're actually
I
not.
know.
We're
Okay.
no followers.
So then
of
why would we
STD
accidentally
God.
say we were? Is this...
I'm just telling you, like, what happened. Like, I thought maybe somebody attacked him and, like, it would give us some good information, but he just said that the people in that town didn't like him. So as long as we don't like that god, then we should be fine.
We're fine. All right, can I have everyone roll a Constitution check for me, please?
Jeez.
Oh no.
Say
Constitution check.
everybody.
Oh wait.
Everyone,
I just rolled a
please.
save.
Elowyn, what are you doing?
I rolled a
What are
Constitution
you-
save, but I got a 17.
You're not supposed to lick them, Elowyn.
18.
Okay. Elowyn, you don't know if it's psychosomatic, but you definitely, upon seeing them, you just have this sort of revulsion manifestation. And as they are wheeling their wagon towards Solanthus, you all know they're not going to do well any better in Solanthus than they did in Thelgard. And why would this group of Morgian, an evil god of disease, be traveling through Solamnia? That is a question that no one asked. That is very strange. But they're clearly going to Solanthus for some insane reason. And
Affect people.
you know they're not going to do well there. And just as they're driving away, you're just everything's fine.
Ew.
You're not going to puke, but you just feel kind of gross, You're not sure what it is. You just feel gross. All right, so by the end of the first day, the sun has been high and hot in the sky. You guys are sort of drenched in sweat, really tired, and you're looking forward to resting your horses. How far off of the main road do you go to make your camp?
Does it look like
30 feet.
other people have made like camps along the side of the road? Like, are there campsites along the side of the canyon here that we
So at
We
this
can
point,
just, like, pull over.
you're approximately around here, and you don't really see a bunch of
There's
people.
not like a natural stopping point or anything. Okay.
I mean, you can definitely take one. I'm just saying, there's not a bunch of people like on the side of the road or anything.
No, I was looking more for like, is there a place that seems like, oh, people have bedded down here
Oh, yes.
before?
Yes,
That
yes,
seems like a common stopping place. Like that's what he's looking for. I'm just looking
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
like Yeah. So Kithris would just say, maybe we could stop here and find some water and feed the horses and sleep and take shifts.
What
I think sounds like a
position
great
is
idea.
the sun in the sky?
And the
Oh.
sun, it's going down to
Ouch.
dusk. Like it's definitely time to find some sort of camp.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely should stop here. Kithris, if you want to work on getting the fire ready, I'll go look for a water source for the horses.
Okay, take somebody with you. We shouldn't be like soloing anything here. It's a bad idea. You're gonna
I'll
find
go
more
with
of
you.
those.
There's no way
weird
one person
disease
can
people.
handle 6 horses anyway. Like you're gonna have 3 people at least.
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Who else?
That counts as a half.
Gunnar, would you also be willing to join us?
Yes, I'll go.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
Give me a wilderness check or a survival check or a water finder check, which is definitely in the skill list.
Don't you just need a stick that forms
That's
a
a
Y?
natty 20,
Or a stick.
25.
Lehigh is just on it today. She's burning all of her nat 20s early in the game.
Yeah, and then
when
the
she
summon.
doesn't need
Oh.
them.
You finally
But
put
don't
her in the
worry.
forest, and you're like, find water, druid. Of course,
Yeah.
you found it.
She's all bing right there.
I'm
Right.
so in my element.
Here.
You quickly find water. The horses are engorging themselves, and you guys can fill up your water skins. And it's actually pretty peaceful. You're seeing squirrels clamber up trees. It's almost like they're like barking at you to get out of here, just sort of chirping out. And as you sort of enter the area across the way, give me a perception check, Boros, please.
Perception
Yes, sir.
is a fickle thing. That is a 8.
All right, never mind.
Just Boros, or can
don't-
anyone else try?
It was just Boros. So you guys
was
are
right behind.
tending to the horses and you're taking care of the area. Everything seems very peaceful and nice. As the sun is going down, you see the silver light of Solanthus cascading through the canopy of trees, dappling on top of the river as it's sort of streaming by. It is beautiful. And you're hearing like the hooting of owls starting to come out. Like the nightlife is starting to waken up. And again, it is just absolutely stunning. The horses have gone away from the river at this point, and they're just starting to graze a little bit. You guys can head back if you want, or if you want to stay here for a while, you're welcome to.
Said
Can
that.
I, while we're over here, could I forage for herbs and plants and shit?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a wisdom check or a survival check.
14.
Yeah, you don't find anything rare or uncommon, but anything common you can find.
Okay. A little bit of
that sounds fun.
non-deadly mushrooms,
I'm gonna do that too.
some plants.
That's an 11. I found.
Lehigh finds a
Oh,
diseased
what did I do?
mushroom. Huh.
I didn't mean to roll that.
Disease is following
Found a
you.
cool bug.
Okay. When we get back to the camp, I'm gonna cook everyone a meal.
I'm not
Okay.
eating your mushrooms. No
So-
offense.
Give me a. I
But
don't
the
know what
mushrooms
that
are
would
for
be.
you,
Would
okay?
would that be a wisdom check? Cooking a meal. Have you ever cooked a meal for them before?
Nope, but I have cook utensils and a chef feet, so
Well, then this must be good. All right,
Oh,
give me
okay,
a,
that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's the mushrooms that scare me.
give me a survival check for cooking. And with the cooking kit, is that what you have?
Yep.
All right, you get a
I
plus
have
2 for
cooking utensils. Okay. Improved food is a DC 10 and above. And you said survival?
Yeah.
With cook utensils, you have advantage on the check too.
Right.
Sweet. That is a nat 20.
that. Wow. Okay. So
Tasty.
no one trusts Boros to cook them a meal because he's never done it before. But when you start smelling the wild nuttiness of these mushrooms and the other herbs that he was able to collect at the stream, your stomachs start grumbling, and the hardtack rations that you've been sort of like biting off like Big League Chew is starting to look like garbage to you. He was like, oh yeah, we've got to try some of this stuff. I meant Big Hunk, not Big League Chew, just for the candy nuts out there.
I love Big Hunk.
Get at him in the comments, stream.
Nah, attack!
Candy loser, candy loser. No.
So you guys are I mean, it's up to you, but if you eat this food, it is the best tasting dinner you've had arguably the entire time this campaign has been going.
I will be having that. Thank you so much, Boros.
Yep.
It's delicious.
I'm eating that.
This
stuff.
is really
I got a high
good.
constitution.
Raises our spirits.
Yeah, so you guys are good. It's a wonderful night, peaceful. Solanary seems to be shining its silver light down on you, protecting you, because nothing happens throughout the entire night.
Nice.
Should've
And by
cast that
morning,
spell.
I'm going to play my lyre.
Okay, that's when shit hits the fan. As soon as you pull out your lyre. No. Morning comes, you're pulling out your lyre, and just nice sort of wakey style music, I'm assuming. Or is this like Shout at the Devil? Van Halen?
It's just calm,
It's actually
wake
Motley
up
Crue.
music.
Okay. So
With a 21
we feel
performance.
physically.
that's what I'm getting to, actually. Thank you, Owen. Very poignant. You wake up, you stretch, you take a big, deep breath of fresh air, and you immediately vomit everything that you ate last night. Chunks of mushroom are just sat on the ground, and you just sort of start coughing a little bit. You just feel ill. And everyone that sort of like looks over at Elowyn, who has not had a constitution problem as far as you've known her, she looks green. It's as if she's Boros and having some sort of weird emotional problem, but she's not, and she still is. So she's
That's really awkward. I mean, don't dwarfs normally eat mushrooms? Like, that's what they find in the mountain. She should be fine. Elowyn, are you okay?
Was it those weird people yesterday?
Okay.
That's what I'm worried
so,
about.
Can I?
I didn't poison spray you,
roll a
so you
medicine
shouldn't.
check.
What's that, Lehigh?
Can I roll a medicine check real quick? So or can I tell what this is based off of seeing those people last time and rolling a d20, a nat 20?
I would like to do
No,
that
because
too.
she doesn't have any pustules or anything. Like, there's nothing visually wrong with her other than the turning green and being sick. You can make an assumption that it has something to do with that for sure, but
Okay.
unless you have like, well, you know what? If you want to examine her, give me a medicine check.
Okay. Sweet. Nope. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Can
you're
I
like, I
examine
don't really want
myself?
to get close.
I
You look
don't want to
fine.
get close.
You're fine.
That's the thing.
You're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Is it
Can
okay if
I-
I make? Is it okay if I make a medicine check as well? Because I am
y-
resistant to poison.
Right. I mean, you
I don't
can
know.
definitely make a resistance check, but I mean
Poison?
a check, but this is not poison
It's disease.
because everyone else ate it and they felt fine.
Can I do a check
Yeah,
on myself, or
You know
am
for
I
sure, Boros, this is not poison. Yeah, Elowyn, you can go ahead and do a self-examination.
Boros, I know she's puking, but no, it's not your food. It was amazing. You did a really good job last night. I think she's just, I don't know, maybe she's an attention seeker. I don't know what's happening right now.
Thanks.
Kinda
Do we
messed
have
up.
Munchausens in this universe? No? Okay.
Elowyn,
Okay, I rolled.
you're convinced that you have contracted that disease for sure. Like, you don't know
Okay,
for
so-
sure, but you're convinced.
I'm gonna warn everyone. I believe I have what the people yesterday have. Please keep your distance.
Yeah, so if you just want to ride like 120 feet either ahead of us or behind us, like I can still send you my inner voice and we can talk. It'll be fine.
Which way is upwind and downwind? Let's make
That
sure.
is an excellent question, and I would like to know the answer.
Which way does the wind
Let's
flow?
see.
So you're not
I might
feeling
need a-
great. What you guys is planning? You gonna start traveling for the day?
Would crafting an antitoxin help? Is that something that I would know would be a good use of our time or not?
You don't really know
I know
what
what
the
medicine
disease
is.
is. As soon as you
Yeah.
recognize that they were diseased, you just like got away and you didn't spend any time examining and determining what it was. And you guys didn't
Yeah.
really even ask those people any real questions at all. So like at this point, antitoxin, that would be for like poison. This is definitely not a poison.
Yeah, I'm
Sad.
immune to poison.
Yeah.
So I
Commission
would
called
be able
to
to.
save you. It's fine.
Can I
What?
pray to her?
I don't know. Is she still mad at you for the other day?
You probably should pray.
Oh, we're good again.
So you know
Oh, yeah,
you can't
no,
just pray
just
things
ask her.
away. That's what spells are for.
Yeah. Well, so
If-
I was looking at lesser restoration, but I think I have to know what it is to be able to use that. To end a condition.
What does it say?
You touch a creature and end one condition on it. Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Yeah, none of those would apply.
Yeah.
Maybe it exists in her head and we can convince her we have the cure.
Placebo effect.
Maybe this is all just a placebo effect. Like you think you're
Yeah.
diseased, but you're not.
Can I do deception?
No, that wouldn't have any relevancy here.
I'm gonna tell her I have the cure. All she has to do is lick this rock.
All right, give me a deception roll.
It's a very druid Kender move there, but yeah,
15?
Go for it.
15. That's a stretch for anyone.
Dang it. That was worth
This
a
is
shot.
a magical disease-proof rock. Just lick it. All right, so the
And I'm
sun
gonna-
is coming up. What you guys is planning for the day? You're in the wilderness.
Let's strap her to the back of her horse
Can you-
and get going.
Can you ride? Are you going to be okay?
Will you die if you ride?
I have
Ride or
dwarven
die.
constitution. I'll try.
Do we need to go back and find those dudes and talk to them from far away and be like, hey, what is this?
Tell them to take their STDs back.
How far away? They'd be a ways away.
How
huh?
much time
I
did
mean,
you
if there was
spend with
anybody in the
Elowyn?
group that knew about
Back.
diseases, Boros, it would be you, but
We gotta go forward.
I'm very safe when it comes to diseases. I don't like them.
if you think you can
Alright,
ride,
shall we
yeah,
go?
I think we need to get there. Maybe someone in the Thelgard can help us out. Maybe they know. We'll tell them we met the rock people that they were throwing rocks at and see if they know something.
So Elowyn and
they
Lehi,
must have thrown
and
rocks
even
for a
to
reason.
some extent Boros, you know that if Elowyn has contracted a disease, you know you did not want to be near those diseased people in the caravan. Where is Elowyn in your caravan?
Yeah, she should be
How did
far
I
away
get
from us.
sick? I didn't get near him.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Elowyn, when's the last time you had your humors balanced?
How is your chakra?
It's been a while. Yeah, how did I get sick?
It's
Anya,
probably because you're like good
if you
and
lick
they're
this rock.
evil or something. And you're sick because of your gods are fighting or whatever. I'm not religious. But all the rest of us are not very good people,
Oh,
and you're the only one who's a good person.
huh.
It's
I
guilt.
wonder if there's something to do with the gods.
Yeah, stop being guilty. You'll feel a lot better.
So I don't want to get anybody else sick if I can avoid it. So I'm going to try to be careful about keeping my distance, keeping clean.
Okay, how far are you
Well,
staying away from everyone
Boros-
else? And are
What's
you
up?
concerned about your horse?
I have to ride my horse. Just keep up with everyone. But
Okay.
15, 20 feet.
Yeah,
15,
100
20 feet.
120 feet sounds amazing. Just stay back there. I'll message you if we need something.
Also, will you wrap like a thing of
Yeah.
cloth around your whole face real quick for me? Just
I
keep
do.
that on there.
Yeah. Have
You
a
wrap-
sneak
Save
check.
lives.
You wrap
Ask.
your face?
Yes.
Okay.
Mask up.
People that are passing by see like the masked face and they're like taking a wide berth of you.
She's
Yeah,
a
just-
nun.
Smart.
It's just a habit. All right, so the day travel is fine. You run across a few interesting people along the road. Some of them ask you questions about directions, and as you're sort of asking questions on this long road, you're passing like waypoint stops of roadside inns and taverns and restaurants, and there's some sort of like the biggest ox in Solamnia, waypoint. Like someone's, in their farm. There's like, I've got the biggest ox. Come see for 2 silver pieces. Come on, it's the biggest ox in Solamnia.
We got a mission.
Okay.
Absolutely not. The last time we even looked at a side quest, one of us got real sick.
Supposedly.
So as the day progresses, Elowyn, you don't feel terrible. You actually think you're feeling kind of good. Like maybe it was just something that you ate. Maybe, the way Boros cooked the mushrooms wasn't to your liking. Maybe it was just all in your head.
She licked the rock.
Oh, okay. So then you're healed. So
Yeah.
the next night starts to come on. What do you guys plan on doing? You do see that there's an wayside inn that you could stop at, or you could camp out in the wilderness too.
Let's
I
camp
wanna
out in the
camp,
wilderness.
obviously.
Well, you
Okay.
are divisive. So which one is it?
Hey, Kithris, where'd you get
Yeah.
those berries?
So as we've been riding along, Kithris keeps pulling berries out of a pouch and like eating them. These are Kithris snacks. They're like the ones Mom taught me how to make.
How many
Do you
have
want? Do you
had
want one?
today?
How to make?
Yeah,
Yeah,
here,
could-
and he'll offer you one.
I take it and I eat it. Wait. Do you know the spell good berries? Are these
What?
good
No, yeah,
berries?
no. These are really good berries. Mom showed me how to make them. They're amazing. She said that it cost too much money to feed a Kithris, and so she taught me how to make these berries so that it was cheaper. Because then I only eat one steak at dinner. They're really good berries, though. Yeah.
When did you learn good berry? What?
He doesn't realize they should feed him one for the whole day. He does not. see
No,
that.
you need one because you're small. I need more than one because I'm way bigger than you.
This is true.
They're great berries.
So are you guys
Yeah, I'd say they're great
camping
berries.
in the inn, or are you going to the wilderness?
I'm going into the woods. I'm gonna sleep in a tree like a bird.
Okay. Is everyone else
Yes,
going
we're
to the
going
wilderness?
woods.
I'm
Apparently
gonna
so.
stay in the wilderness because I'm still worried about
Yeah.
possibly being contagious.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's safest. Yeah, so we'll stay in the woods.
It's also cheapest.
How Elowyn of you.
All right, so as you guys go into the wilderness, you find what seems to be a nice little spot. Just give me one survival check to see if you can. Whoever rolls it first is going to be the one that is going to count. All right, Boros, yours is the one that counts, and it's not good. So you guys do your best to find somewhere nice, but Boros gets to like probably the rockiest, most insect-filled area. And he's like, "Perfect home." and you start
Reminds me
sipping
of
up
home.
In the tree.
This reminds me of the abyss, like home. All right, so you guys set up camp. You're bitten by insects. It is probably the most uncomfortable camp you had. However, nothing actually happens. Like you don't have any monsters trying. Oops, wrong one. Trying to get you. Everything seems to be okay. And as Lunatari raises up in the sky, Solanthus is starting to pass down out of high sanction, and you're getting this silver crimson glow across everything that makes everything look almost otherworldly. On almost sinister, even though you know this is a normal thing and there's nothing wrong. It's sort of like dappling on all the insects swarming around you, biting at your skin. You're slapping yourselves. You're like, really, Boros? This is the best part? This is the best place to camp? Ah, smack. It's probably the most uncomfortable night of sleep that you have ever had. All right. So next morning, what's you guys' plan?
I'm gonna
Whatever it was
Look
that
around.
hurt.
I'm gonna look around for more herbs. Maybe hunt a squirrel or two.
All right, give me a survival check.
9.
Okay. This seems like the worst place you've ever camped. You can't find literally anything except for insects.
How far are we from the inn that we passed on? We skipped.
You're probably a half an hour travel.
While Boros is trying to face, like, I'm gonna go find a squirrel. Like, Kithris leans over to Lehigh and he's like, "Hey, Mom, do you want to go back to the inn and get eggs?"
I think breakfast sounds wonderful. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll be right back, guys, and we'll
Yeah.
we'll take 2 of the horses. We'll run down to the inn. We'll buy breakfast to go, and we'll come back.
There's no like
Guess
egg
what? They
McMuffins,
had
really.
cinnamon rolls.
Are we trying to
It's
split
just-
up?
They had a Cinnabon.
No, it doesn't take that long to run back to the inn real quick. Right?
Every time
Adam?
we split
It'll
up,
take you
bad
guys a
things
half an
happen.
hour to get there.
Oh.
So, is anyone else going to go with
Okay.
them, or are you just going to let the 2 go off on their own?
I'm
Okay.
staying away from people.
You let them go
They'll
off
be
on their own.
fine. They'll be fine.
All right, so
I'll
Kithris
stay
and
with Elowyn.
Lehigh, it takes about half an hour. The day is already starting to get hot, unseasonably hot, and very, very humid. As you're looking up in the sky, you're starting to see on your western side storm clouds sort of gathering atop the Vingard Mountains, and they seem to be headed your direction. You know you're only a day's ride from Thelgard, and you'll be there no problem before nightfall, but you're probably going to be drenched by the time you do, in fact, get there. As you get to the inn, you see that it's relatively busy, but there's still, space and room. As you enter, the purveyor sort of welcomes you. You can have a seat at the bar. You can have a seat at one of the tables if you can find the table.
We would actually like to order to go, please.
I don't. What? What
We
does
just
that mean?
want to take some food.
You just have like
like,
some stuff
in
that's
our
ready, like some bread
hands.
and cheese.
You can't take
We
my
just take it.
plates and silverware.
Bag.
What do
We
you
don't
mean?
want to take the plates and silverware. We want to take it in our bags, in our clothes, and just go. And we'll give you money.
Is it like a Kender
give you
thing,
more
or is this a
money.
Draconian
We'll
thing?
give more money for some
We'll
reason.
just say
So
yes.
let us take it without using a table.
Well, we've got some 3-day soup that we can.
Take-
It's really great for mornings. I don't know if it'll stay in your bag. We've got some
yep.
venison. It's on the better side of a week, so it's still good.
Yeah, we'll take some of that.
Okay, great. Hey, Anne. Anne, she's deaf. Anne, yeah, they want some of the 3-day venison or the 7-day venison. You sure? Yeah, they said it's fine. It's a Kender. Okay. So he's like, go ahead and have a seat. You want an ale while you wait?
Like how long?
I spray myself with the perfume.
Damn perfume. Worst thing ever. He's like,
I look at him.
I'm not usually a fan of. I don't want to be rude. You smell really good. What is that scent? It's
Thank
alluring.
you. It's eau de toilette.
Is that Argothian? I'm not familiar.
Yeah, it is, but it's also from the Underdark, so you can't get it. Anyway, I was really hoping.
So
that
in
you
canon, hold
could-
on. There's no Underdark here.
Oh, yeah, that you know of.
Touche.
I was wondering if there was anything else maybe other than the 3-day-old stuff, or 7-day-old. What did I roll? What was the better one? I have
Soup
advantage
venison?
right now. I didn't see.
I mean, we do have some fresh baked bread from yesterday. That you know, we
Yeah.
have some cheese, some goat cheese. It's just I
Yeah, we'll
didn't think
take
it would
bread and
be good
cheese.
for the
I'll give you
Draconian's
3 steel
constitution.
for it.
Okay,
I
you've
ate all
got it.
kinds of stuff.
That is yours 100%. Thank you very much. I would like to see the money first, though.
Here it is. There you go.
Wonderful smelling ode to toilet, Kender. Oh, yes. Oh, he sort of like bites it. Coming right up. They bring the venison and the cheese and the bread and put it in your sacks. He's like, thank you very much. Anytime you're coming by. You know, look, if I don't know if you have any of that perfume. I'd like to get some for my wife.
No, it's all gone.
Where
I'll
did you
leave a
get it?
Yelp review. Goodbye.
Come back. All right. So you guys
Yeah, I'm
have
pretty
a
sure
half an
that we
hour.
could feed this the venison to Gunnar. He won't know the difference.
Yeah, Gunnar will be fine. I'm sure he has an iron stomach of some sort.
Yeah, I've seen him eat some weird stuff.
Also, I feel like if you just blast it with some fire, we can make it real dry.
We'll just
and
recook it. It'll be
salty,
great.
And it'll
Jeez.
be like delicious and last longer, like
Turkey.
over time.
Yeah, let's do it. And we will quickly get back to the group.
All right.
We're
Get
just
back to the
hitting
group.
all of the old jokes.
Boros can't find anything. Everyone looks like they've been eaten alive by insects, except Elowyn, who has not been bit at all, not once.
It's because her blood is evil now, and nobody wants it.
Because every time the insects approached her, her blood was like, "Stay away." And you're like, "Okay,
Yeah.
we're not fighting that one. That's not happening."
Right. All right, so you got a
Hey guys, we
full
got
days of
bread
travel.
and some cheese. Gunnar, I got you this venison. It's supposed to be really good.
Everybody else, come have this fresh cheese and bread.
And then yeah, we take off and we make our way down the road.
The days of travel, once again, is pretty uneventful. The storm clouds are coming in and the wind has been picking up, but it's actually nice because you've been dealing with a lot of hot weather, unseasonably hot weather lately. Henry's laying down for a while. He'll be back maybe. No, Henry is here. Lehigh. What the hell just happened? Chris!
Everybody's moved. Chris turned off his camera and everybody moved. There
Why
we
is
go.
this musical chairs? All right. That was weird. I couldn't figure it out. So you guys start traveling and you're getting toward Thelgard. Thelgard is a massive city. Not as big as Solanthus, which is like the capital of Solamnia, but in its own right, it is a massive city. And as you start to approach, you see encampments from, you know, on the outsides of it, and people are sort of begging for food and drink and any sort of spare change that you can offer.
Beggars.
Wow.
Are we heading in?
Wonderful.
Kithris
Brandon.
will
Good
Kithris
human.
will give the
creatures.
first 10 people that approach him some Kithris snacks.
Okay.
Because 10 that's all
The
I get is
people
I
who
get
are
10
willing
berries
to
a day.
eat a berry from a Draconian are just like, huh? Oh, that's really good. Thank you so much. You're a godsend. You're a saint. Who do you worship?
Who do I worship? Habbakuk. Right, Mom? That's who we... Yeah, Habbakuk.
That's the one.
I did
That's
not
the one.
anticipate that. May Habbakuk shine his blessings upon you. Thank you.
Yeah, you too, buddy. And
Get
So
to
proud
the
of you for being able to pronounce that, by the way, sweetie.
gate of Thelgard, and you see Solamnic Knights standing there with pole arms, sort of stopping you. What's your business in Thelgard?
Oh, before we
I
get
forgot.
to
Oh no,
Thelgard, I'm
wait.
gonna. Before we get to the guards, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself to look like a human.
Okay.
Oh, that's smart. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the perfume again.
How many doses are there?
Kithris will...
I don't know. It doesn't say.
There's 5,
4.
and you've used 2 now.
Shut up, Henry the Human. 5. Okay, that's fine. 3 more.
This is not an
Kithris is...
inexhaustible supply of perfume.
Perfume
As
lasts a
we-
long time.
As we get close, Kithris will kind of get the group together, seeing that, not remembering the issues we had getting into Solanthus, and be like, do we think we can talk our way in, or should we show them our cool new crystals?
Why are you going?
They're not
in?
gonna.
What?
Why are you going in?
We need to go find Aiken.
Not in Delgard.
Yeah, probably
Oh.
outside of.
Well, we
This is
needed
the
to get to
caravan.
Deepdel. Is there a way to go around the city to get to Del Deep, or do we have to go through Thelgard to get
You can
to
definitely go
Deepdel?
around it, yeah. So you don't have to go in the city, but the
okay.
city's between you and the mountain range you're going to be going over.
I'm
Do we need
probably
you-
gonna. Well,
Oh,
I'm worried about
if we're
getting
going
people
over a
sick.
mountain range. We should probably, yeah, you stay outside, Sicky. We need to get like things for winter, maybe, or no? Is it gonna be cold? What's the issue with the snow?
Well, the mountains are quite steep that you'll have to cross, but it's not winter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's coming.
I
The
mean,
first day of
if we don't
summer
need
here, it
anything, then
snowed.
if we don't need anything, we could just go around. I mean, we could ask the guards if maybe, hey, Boros, right up to the guards now that you look like not Boros, and see if they can tell you anything about those dudes that we passed on the road, the sick guys.
I was planning on it. But I'm gonna approach those guards. Excuse me, gentlemen. I have a quick question for you. About 3, maybe 4 days ago, a caravan of maybe 5 sick people came through here. Is that roughly correct?
Let me see if they were even on duty. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, we encountered them on the way over here. And now one of our party members is feeling a little off. Did anything happen within the city while they were here? Like,
Who's this party member that feels off?
They're not here right now, actually.
oh, they're at
They're
a
back
campsite.
at camp.
They're
None
back
of
at
you
campsite.
are allowed inside of the city.
Uh-oh.
Fine. Do you know what the sickness is? What's the deal?
No, I don't know what the disease is, but they are followers of Morgan, so I'm sure they are host to dozens of diseases, some airborne, some contact only, and probably some by spiritual transmission. That is why we ran them off with rocks, as they deserve. They're nothing better than
Wait,
dogs.
you can
Come on,
get
spiritual
diseases from
transmission?
spiritual
Go
transmission?
on about that. Say more words right now.
Kender, how about you take your diseased friends and leave?
Oh my gosh, nobody wants to help anybody. You know, a lot of world's problems could be solved if people shared information. Goodbye.
Farewell, diseased people.
We're just trying to figure out what we could do to get rid of it.
Find a
She seems
cleric.
better.
Cure disease, you silly man.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys have a big city. Do you have clerics inside that can help us out?
Of course we have clerics, but they will not allow you in the city while you have companions that you're traveling with that are diseased. You need to be
do their legs
quarantined.
not work? Are their legs broken? Could they not come out here?
I'm not going to send my devoted clerics out to be diseased by a bunch of rabble-rousers that conspire with priests of Morgan.
Our sick friend is
Okay,
not with
I
us.
have the perfume
She's falling from
on.
behind.
But you're friends. You're traveling together. Don't you think you'll be
Ish.
infected as well?
No,
Hey,
we've
Mom.
been
20
keeping
yards.
100. We've been keeping 120 feet distance.
Well, that's capital. In any case, get 120 feet away from us.
Hey, Mom, was one of the tenants don't punch dicks in the face?
No, I think one of them was actually like chaos or whatever. I can't remember them anymore.
All right, now. So yeah, kids was just like, look, if they're not gonna let us in, like, we don't need to be here anyway. Like, we can just skip it.
Can we flash our like cool inside symbol, like our inside? What did they give us that we can show to? We're the club.
I'm
Our
not going to help
club
at all.
sigil.
It was a pendant.
The ring.
It was
The
a
ring?
pendant, not a ring. It's a pendant,
It's a pendant.
The one ring.
a star
Okay.
jewel pendant.
Look at the
Our
owl
jewel
that's
Flash
written
my
inside.
star jewel pendant.
It's like, and? We're Knights of
I didn't really
Solamnia.
see if that did anything.
That's the
I
Legion
don't
of
know
Steel.
anything.
You sideliners have no place in Solamnia. How
I
about you
agree
go
with you,
back to
funnily
Kerr
enough.
or the Ice Reach where you're useful?
I 100% agree with the sideliner comment. You're right.
Okay. As we
I'm
start
leaving.
walking,
I'm embarrassed.
as we start walking away, I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation and have the worst smell anyone could imagine, just
I knew it.
wafting around their nose.
Oh.
They're gonna think it was me. They're gonna blame me for farting now.
Or they'll think it's the disease and they're gonna freak
Like-
out.
The Kender. Oh my gosh! How the hell did that reach us? Oh my gosh! My mouth was open. Ah!
Kithris just reaches over to Boros and he's like,
I'm gonna fist bump you back.
All right.
Yep, we turn around and go. We'll just skip town, I guess.
Okay. So took you almost a full day to get here. You can travel a few more hours into the dusk and camp in the wilderness if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
think
this time I will look for a
That's safer
space.
than all the encampments outside of town. Like, we don't know. There's a little too many people for my liking.
Okay. So then
12.
Lehigh
I
gives
found
me
a
a
12
survival
space.
check of a 12. You find a decent little spot. It's sort of surrounded by these large boulders as you get into slightly more hilly terrain here. There's some sort of scrub oak that provides a little bit of cover as well. Solanary and Lunatary are still pretty prevalent in the sky, literally shining light on everything. So it would be hard for anyone to sneak up on anyone at this point with two moons in the sky cascading light. So you feel pretty good about where you are. So are you guys going to do watches? You going to just camp for the night? You going to do anything special?
Yeah.
Before anyone goes down for sleep or anything like that, I'm gonna go out and look for herbs and a wild animal that I could hunt and kill.
What are you hunting exactly?
A wild pig.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
Kithris would go with him if he'll let him.
That is a 21.
All right. So you and Kithris are going off. Everyone else is staying behind. And you...
Can I?
What?
I was gonna say, can I pray to Mishakal for possibly any insight on what I might be sick with?
Not really how it works. You research diseases and you can determine what they are, but you haven't manifested anything. You just puked once. And you felt a little nauseous, and that's kind of it. You do know, just from your own experience, diseases can take months to manifest. So at this point, it's probably more of a psychological issue than a physical issue. But you know with your one roll of Constitution check that you were in a range of getting contaminated. And so now that's just playing on your mind. Whether you did or not is a whole different issue. It's just in your head that you might be. So if you have Cure Disease, you could cast that. If you don't, then you're kind of like, I should probably visit a city that might have temples that might then
There isn't
let me in.
There
A
isn't
long
cure
rest and
disease
change?
edition.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, what? How do you cure diseases?
Nope. Greater restoration or lesser
Oh, okay.
restoration, I think.
Lesser
And-
restoration, I think I have to know what it is.
But there's no diseases in lesser restoration. It's got to be greater.
No. Greater restoration is a 5th level spell, so.
So you'd have to just go to a temple, basically. And you know that Thelgard would have had a temple. You worship Mishakal, which is one of the... Well, she is literally the high god of good right now in this age. So you definitely know that there is a temple of Mishakal in Thelgard. In every major city. Most cities, actually, it's very much like Rome. they have a temple representing every god in them. For some reason, the priests of Morgan were thrown out of Thelgard, but again, that's kind of a side quest thing that it's up to you guys whether you want to explore that storyline or not. So, yeah.
I was
Not
gonna
allowed
say
to touch them.
above table, if you should have access to detect poison and disease to know if you're actually diseased. That's a first level spell you could prepare in the morning. That would let you know what it is.
Okay. So you guys are
Um,
off camping while everyone's sort of setting up camp and getting, or you're off hunting while everyone's setting up
Yep.
camp and getting ready. And you actually do find tusk marks on some of the bases of the scrub oak, and the ground is sort of completely dug up and roots have been unearthed. And you're like, yeah, this is definitely boar territory. And you start creeping as the night is setting and the moons are coming out. You start to hear that familiar like sort of pigs moving around in some sort of bush in the distance. You don't actually see anything yet. You don't even see bushes moving or anything, but you know it's there. And you sort of, using tactics that Boros is setting out, set each other to either side. And as you're slowly moving in, the scent, the ambient scent of the perfume that Lehi had sprayed multiple times on herself in a period of a day are wafting out into the wilderness, and it causes them to immediately charge toward you. And you level your weapons on an even line as they're charging toward you, and you know you only have a second to act, or else they're going to gore you and you're going to be gutted and die out here with your diseased cleric in the wilderness for no reason at all. But at least you have a little pin of a star jewel, and it breaks through the brush, and instantly you throw down your weapons and pin it down to the ground, and it skids to a stop and just lies dead. And the dust settles, and you have your dinner. And you go back to the camp.
that was an amazing throw, Boros. I didn't know you had
Thank
it
you.
in you, man.
Neither did I, to be honest with you. But we aren't going to talk about that.
You get back to
Okay.
the camp, and Elowyn says, "Hey, Lehi went out as a boar to go find you guys. Did you find her?"
Do not
no.
speak that into existence with this man at the DMing helm.
All right, so you went to do what?
Nothing.
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 Oh,
No.
that was a joke.
Ignore
That
her.
was a joke.
All right,
You heard nothing.
all right.
I'm gonna eat the boar. Cook.
So you
But-
slaughter, clean the boar. You know the gore of the boar, the intestines, and all the disgusting bits that you just really shouldn't consume. What are you doing with that? Because you know that can actually draw more animals into you.
We bury them,
Okay.
like really far.
All right. All right. Other than that, you have a wonderful evening.
Just take the intestines.
Playing like whip fights with intestines.
We make more bagpipes.
Make a bunch of
Just throw it.
condoms, just in case. All right.
But I'm gonna cook the food up.
You know, the next day you should get to the base of the Vingard Mountains, and then it's only probably a few days through the mountains. Fingers crossed.
So, did we get a long rest?
So at this point, you can have a long rest. Yeah.
Okay, because I would want to switch my spells during that long rest.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. And so I would want to use Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay. You're definitely not poisoned, and you're not diseased.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You're just
Mentally,
psychosomatic.
maybe.
You got
Yeah,
Well,
like
I
the
guess
rough.
blood.
process of elimination.
Share that with the group.
She just keeps it to herself. I'm still diseased.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah,
Okay, wait, so you're telling me we could have done this 2 days ago, gone into town, had, I mean, not that the pork wasn't amazing, but like could have had like a nice bed and everything. Where's
Well,
my
I-
horse?
It could be contagious. We don't know what it is yet. It's not poison. It's not disease. That's all we know.
Could be functolitis. Could be a fungus.
Is it?
This is the beginning of Last of Us.
It's diabetes.
She got ghosts in her
It's
blood, man.
diabetes. You caught diabetes.
Spiritually
made-
transmitted diabetes.
She made a deal with them or
That's-
something,
that's
and now
easy.
she's
The
got
spirit
evil ghosts in her
waves.
blood.
That would be an STD, spiritually transmitted diabetes.
Are the gods fighting?
Can we
The
get that
thing-
on T-shirt?
The gods are always
Um,
fighting. Always.
Spiritually transmitted
this is a-
diabetes.
Yep.
Good
All right.
and
Yeah.
evil
Kithris
thing
is
or
like,
something.
this is ridiculous. All right, let's go. We got places to be. Kithris is gonna get on his horse. Sorry.
All right, so next morning you travel, you get to the base, basically the base of the mountains. You're in more hilly terrain at this point. And you actually see what seems to be signs of combat in the wilderness as you start to find a game trail that leads into the mountain range. The Vanguard Mountains are basically like your Rocky Mountains. They're wildly impressive mountain terrain that goes up thousands and thousands of, like tens of thousands of miles up into the sky. They are kilometers, whatever. They're imposing, they're terrifying, and at this point, the storm that you had seen building across the tops of the Vanguard Mountains has now hit you. So about noon, you're starting to get rain whipping at your face and hitting you as if people are throwing rocks at you. It's not hail, it's just painful, very strong rain on the back of very strong winds. And this seems to be a storm that it's going to be here for a while. So you're looking for a very interesting journey through this mountain range. As you're getting to the foothills, as it were, you see this area that looks like it was a sign of some form of combat. There's blood, and you see tufts of white fur, and even some feathers, for some insane reason, on the ground.
Pretty sure I've lived this scenario before.
Can we tell? Like, does it look like? I mean, combat happened here, but does it look like stuff? I mean, there's no bodies, so did things go off in other directions? Can we track it?
Give me some. What are you going to use to look? Perception. You're going to use what?
My
Probably,
eyeballs.
probably
Investigation?
just perception.
All right, give me a perception check.
That's going to be Kithris's best skill. So
Yeah.
Lehigh,
Just-
would you be able to identify what type of
30-20.
Nice.
what type of bird it is just from the
Natural
feathers
20.
alone?
Man, you're all doing great.
Probably.
So as you guys are examining this area, nothing that was wounded crawled off, but it definitely looks like there was some sort of scuffle here. You see these massive footprints leading deeper up the game trail that you had started on into the mountains. And when I say massive footprints, they're bigger than 3 times of Boros, who is like 7 feet tall in size. I mean, they're big footprints moving deeper.
Chupacabra.
There's dinosaurs. There's gotta be
Bigfoot.
dinosaurs.
This is Jurassic Park.
There's dinosaurs in the monster manual. You're not off limits to them, or they're not
Yeah.
off limits to you.
It's true.
That
Do
is
these
true.
look like what? How do these footprints look like? How many feet are we talking about? Is this like a 3-toed, like more of a lizard foot? Does it look more like a barefoot? Like
You're not
can we
really seeing like
identify what
toes at all. It looks
Does it look like
humanoid-esque, but it's either probably wrapped or sandaled or booted or something, because you're not seeing like
Oh,
toe marks.
no.
You're not seeing Bigfoot footprints.
Are these
Hey,
like?
Amy?
Do you guys think these are hill giants, mountain
I'm
giants?
thinking hill giants.
They're
might
probably not
be-
that big of feet.
Okay. Ooh.
Maybe
I
like a
don't know, I'm
baby hill
trying to-
giant that
it
was just
looks
hungry.
cute.
It's not out of
Does
the
it
realm
look-
of possibility.
Does it look like it's gone off in a? Like maybe if we just go opposite, the footprints will be okay. Like if it
Well,
went
the
left,
footprints
we'll
are
go
going
right.
up the game trail that you guys are trying to use to traverse the mountain range. You can try to find another pathway if you want, but this seems to be the main, which is probably why
Hey.
this thing went up this direction.
I'm gonna walk.
Hey, Mom, where's your hawk? Where's your bird? Send Birdie Bird.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I don't want to use. Yeah, sure. No, I don't want to use a spell. I'm gonna walk away from the horses about, I don't know, 20 feet into the woods, horizontally from the trail, and I am going to turn into an ape
Jeez.
and climb through the trees and scout ahead. Sorry, Henry, I have to be an ape for this one. I'm stealing it.
All right, as you're scouting ahead, give me a perception check.
Ooh, 19.
So you're moving across the boulders into the mountain, climbing through the trees. You find yourself in a small little canyon about a half an hour later, and you're looking around, and you can see what once, probably last night actually, was a campfire. Very, very crude and brutish, but footprints all around. There's a small stream not more than like 3 yards away. That this is probably where whatever that was stayed. You don't see any more blood. It was really just at that originating spot. But it looks like whatever it was moved here and then has moved on since. So you're about a half an hour into this trail at this point.
All right, I will go back then because I only have an hour of this and I don't want to be stuck as a Kender walking the forest by myself.
You're always
So-
stuck as a Kender.
Not walking the forest by myself, that's the problem. Uh-huh. And I'm not always a Kender. Literally right now, I am an ape.
I apologize.
You were wrong on all fronts.
I was wrong.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, I go back to my friends and I tell them what I saw.
All right. What's your plan?
I said
Okay,
we
so
go
camping
forward
here's a
and
bad
loot.
idea.
Oh,
I mean,
Let's go
yeah,
look
maybe they have something, like if we can get up to that camp.
Let's head forward.
I don't recommend we stay there, but yeah, let's go.
let's go look at it.
Okay. You guys move up into the camp area. It takes a half an hour. So it's been about an hour and a half since you first ran across the crime scene, as it were. You get to this camp and, you start to smell a familiar scent. Gunnar, could I get a perception check from you, please? We're going to say that
Okay.
you've encountered ogres before in your travels, in your journeys. And this smell is very distinct to...
Swamp ass.
Oh,
Got it.
this is ogre swamp ass 100%. There's a large ogre that has been staying
Plenty
here.
of time smelling this smell, and this one smells like it's
Yeah.
not human, but it's
So it's clearly not
It's
here
a ogre.
anymore, but it was
ogre.
once here.
I mean, do you think we can take an ogre? I don't know if I've ever fought one.
I can take anything on. Okay.
Aren't they not very smart? Maybe we
I
can
Yeah, so we're
mean,
back to that. Okay, cool.
You guys were
We're
almost
not the
taken out by
smartest.
mushrooms. So
Hey,
We
whoa,
need to get to
whoa, that's
Deepdel.
common. I'm gonna cast Find Familiar real fast. Takes one action. I burn my incense and I have Birdie Bird show up. He's a raven now. It's fine. And start just like keeping an eye out above us, watching for danger. Not bird danger, people danger. I don't want to hear about foxes and stuff. I do, but not right now.
So I let the guys know.
Okay.
I smell something familiar, and it seems like it smells like dirty ogre butt. That's
Oh.
so.
Ooh, I thought you were going somewhere else with that, not gonna lie.
So you're saying your ex-girlfriend's around? That's what I'm hearing.
Wasn't very
oh,
nice. Wasn't very
That's
nice.
that Kender.
burn.
We're supposed to be friends, and I don't appreciate it.
That's okay.
That's what-
Very nice.
Each other.
You keep it up, and I'll make some shoes out of you.
I'll make you my axe sheath.
Yes.
You
So-
are not getting any Kithra snacks. Just saying. Is there anything in the camp here that's worth keeping?
No.
Is there any
Well,
trails that show where they may have gone next?
Yeah, so this is right off of what would be the main game trail that it looks like a lot of people. I say that. It's not like a road. It's like a hiking trail, ostensibly, that has traveled through this part of the Vanguard Mountains. To be fair, you're at the very beginning of it at this point. And who knows how many diversionary trails are going to be, on the way. But right now, at the beginning, this is a very commonly traveled route.
We can pursue and see where this leads, and maybe try tracking it, or we continue with the path of what we and stay with the.
I mean, if we're trying to get to Deepdel before they do, maybe we need to just keep going and hopefully we don't run into the ogre.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have birdie birds scouting ahead. They'll fly back to us.
Yep, so I think that's the plan. Is we'll keep on the game trail that we're using and press forward.
You travel a couple hours and you don't run across any ogres or anything like that, but you do see snakes and lizards and birds and squirrels. Everything that you would normally run into. You see evidence of like foxes and like even mountain lions and stuff. But you're a large enough group leading your horses, making a significant amount of noise between your armor and the horses themselves and just yourselves, that nothing is, coming in range to bother you. And then night starts to fall and you find yourselves in a particularly covered canyon area. This seems like probably a really good spot to camp out. You might be able to scout somewhere else out to be more open in the air. So it's kind of up to you whether you want to be shrouded in the canyon or you want to be more exposed to the outside air. What do you think? It's still raining, and it's at this point it's not like a flash flood or anything, especially in the canyon area. But the rivers that are sort of traversing down the mountain are getting faster and larger. Not significant, but
Maybe go into the inn. Did you say there was something that we can go into, or no? Did I hear that right?
No, you're right now in a canyon area.
Oh, okay.
So you're in the shrouded, sort of slightly covered canyon area.
Should probably get out of this weather. Maybe find some shelter.
Roll for cave.
Roll for cave.
Give me a perception check. All right, so you do not see cave.
No cave. Not good.
Do we think? Are we worried about the river getting too high and flooding the canyon? Like, should we?
That's my biggest.
Find high ground.
That doesn't seem to be something that's not normal.
Okay, then we're good. Let's sleep here.
If this is going to provide us a little bit of cover, this is probably a good place to rest for the night.
Okay. Gunnar, another perception check, please.
Second. Where are you? Rolling. Oh, I definitely didn't see nothing.
So, what's your guys' plan for guard duty?
I'll full watch. Is that what you said?
For guard duty.
First
or
watch.
full? Oh, okay. I heard, and then it cut out. Second.
I'll do
I'll
third.
take a watch.
I'll take fourth.
Oh, you guys are breaking into 4. Okay. So first watch goes well. Who was second watch? Lehigh. All right. So as everyone's snoozing out of their armor, in their comfy, warm beds, hands scratching their bare buttocks while they're sleeping, Lehigh is sitting there, and her bird comes flapping down through the trees and starts chirping at you, saying something about a winged horse.
Oh God. Okay. First I get Kithris up, and then Boros, and I let them know what the bird said, and then I say, "Let's get everyone up, and we're gonna try to hide." Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, Mom. Yeah, sure.
All right, give me
What?
a hide check. You have a -10 with the horses.
What's a
jeez.
hide check?
Yeah,
Stealth
sneak,
check.
stealth, hide,
Stealth check.
Everybody or
cover your
just
eyes
them?
check.
Oh, I cast pass without trace.
What do you do about your horse?
What'd you
They're
say?
in the. They're in the.
I rolled 25. The
Area with
horses
us, right?
disappear.
I rolled a nat 20, 26.
So you guys do
I have to roll
well.
with disadvantage,
Your,
so I
your
got a 7.
horses aren't doing well. You're doing your best to keep them under shrubbery and stuff, but they're wild animals. You know, what are you going to do with horses? But you're doing your best to hide. Kithris isn't so
I had a
successful.
19.
Lehi's good.
I had a 19 with my
Elowyn, did you
pluses.
roll
I
stealth?
multiple on the thing.
Boros?
Or
I
would,
see
would
yours.
this be flat without armor? Because we're waking up in the middle of the night.
Well, she gave you time to wake up, so it's your choice whether you took time to put on armor.
He
or
would have.
not.
He would have put his stuff back in. Yeah. Well, the 7 will stand. It's fine.
What'd you get, Elowyn? 15? Okay. So as you guys are doing your best to hide in bushes, the bird is like bouncing in front of Lehi, like chirping, horse with wings, and it's like flying away and then stops and looks at you, then flies back and says the same thing, then flies away further up the trail.
Do I think it's excited about it?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, you've dealt with this familiar before, and it might seem like it's trying to lead you somewhere.
Are we supposed to follow it, Mom?
All right, well, maybe this isn't danger. Maybe this is exciting. So I follow it.
Carnival ride.
Okay, so you
If the
come
Kender
out
goes,
of
I
your
go.
hidey hole. I don't know. You come out of the bushes
Yeah.
and you start moving after it. The red and the silver moons are casting light like through slivers of the canopy of the canyon itself. And you find yourselves in this sort of cove. And as you enter this cove, the rain almost seems to cease entirely, so it's almost like just dripping, though it's more exposed to the air. So it makes no logical sense. And you see this beautiful Pegasus sort of sitting there on the ground with what clearly seems to be a broken wing and like blood sort of oozing out of it slowly. And the bird like chirps, it flies down to a rock right in front of it and sort of like pecks on the rock. And the Pegasus looks down and just like sort of communicates in whatever animalistic way it can communicate. And it turns its head and looks back up at you all. And you can see that it tries to stand up, but it's sort of like its muscles shake and just sort of drops itself back down. And you can see that its eyes are just full black pupil, and it's a little bit scared and worried right now.
I cast speak with animals.
I gotta help it.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on it.
Why did I cast speak with animals?
So we just need to move the rock.
Lehi, as you cast a spell, what do you say to it?
So Pegasus sounds like horse, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Windy.
Divine horse.
Airback.
I see your leg. We're
Did you
gonna
turn
try
into
to
a dog?
help you. That's okay.
I'm not going to do that.
Funny. Not the whole time. No, I'm done now.
Okay.
Just know that's happening.
It tells you it would be eternally grateful if you could help it.
Oh my gosh. Of course. Our friend here is gonna heal you. If that's okay. He
Is
said
it
he was
pinned
gonna
under the
follow you
rock?
on that.
No. It was just sitting. It
Oh,
looks
okay.
like it
It's just
landed
sitting
here
there.
because it couldn't travel anymore.
I see.
The bird just went next to a
And-
rock next to it.
Okay.
So
And if you're hurt more after he does that, I will do it, and we will make sure you're okay.
Boros, you cast Healing Word. What does it do?
Heals the Pegasus for 9 hit points.
Okay. Lehi,
More?
you hear, thank you. You see the blood stop flowing, but it still seems like its wing is injured. It tells you that
Okay,
an ogre had caught it while it was, just sort of taking a rest. Caught it entirely unawares,
Well-
and it barely got away.
Those dirty
I'm gonna
swamp ass ogres.
healing word at the second level and heal it for 15.
Wow. Okay, you see it like
None of us will
shakily
need that.
stand up, and sort of shake its mane back and forth, and like slowly walk up toward Lehigh, and it just nuzzles its head against your head and shoulder, and just sort of rests it there for a minute. Pulls its head back, says, "Thank you so much. Is there anything I can do?"
What's your name?
You put a Pegasus in front of the Kender Druid and you didn't have a name loaded at him? Shame on you, sir.
Frollis.
Sherry.
Frollis. My name is Frollis. My people
are
actually
the-
dwell north of here, and these are just outside of our hunting grounds. And I was just caught unawares. Is there anything I can do for you? What do they call you?
Well, my name is Lehigh. I
Take
am a
your fingers.
druid. My very, very good friend Elowyn, who is a very good person. And what do you play? I'm sorry. What's your class again, Elowyn? Cleric.
I'm a
She's a
dwarf
cleric,
cleric.
and she's very sick right now, and we can't find anyone who can really help her. Do you have anyone who can help her?
She's not sick anymore.
We do not
Shut up.
know of the healing arts of mortals. I can show you to a grove where you might be able to take a rest.
Yeah, sure. I want my friends to be able to see you too. My son would love you. Will you come say hi to my son real quick? That'll be actually just good enough.
I'm a little worried. I thought you all might have been the ogre coming back. I believe it's been hunting me for some time.
Oh gosh. We'll keep you protected if you want to spend the night with us.
All right, roll initiative.
Eh?
What?
As
Okay.
you hear a war cry call from behind you.
Wait a minute. Do I
I'm good.
recognize
I
this
wanted to
ogre?
kill something.
Oh, good. And nat 20. Is my
No,
son
you don't
here with us?
recognize the ogre.
Yeah, I think we all came up with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you weren't here. Okay, I'm so glad.
So
you're
he's
here,
not the
everybody.
ogre that murked me mother.
No, there are many an ogre. This is not that one. Let me just build this map really quick, please. 1 second.
Hey, Mom, what's the Pegasus saying?
Is it not speaking English? Oh,
No,
right.
it's speak with animals.
Right. It says that thank you, and it doesn't know how to heal Elowyn, and also there's an ogre coming. So roll initiative.
Yeah, we can totally kill the ogre for it. That's fine.
Yeah, we need to protect this thing at all costs, and maybe it'll let us raid it. I say very quietly.
That would be so cool.
All right,
Stub the
so I don't
ogre's
know if you
toe.
guys see this yet. I'm going to add you all. Go ahead and roll your own initiative before I start combat.
Oh, I burned another nat 20 on that too. Don't worry, I'm not going to roll good the
No,
entire.
that's wrong. I rolled a modified 20, so I got a 21.
Nice.
16.
All right. All right, I'm going to hit start combat. If you haven't rolled initiative, it's your fault. Henry, you're up
Rolled it.
with a 22. So you hear this roar challenge from behind. You sort of look behind your shoulder and you see this massive ogre just smacking with this big tree trunk onto the ground. Just it's finally found its prey.
Henry, fire a bow at him. Shoot at him. I'll run ahead and
Wait.
take him.
A wave. We might be able to outsmart him.
You wave. Hi.
Hey, how's it
You
going?
here for a ride too?
Got some chicken in my back pocket.
We should stub his toe.
I guess I'm gonna go for the short bow then, since apparently we want to fight it, not talk to it.
Shoot him in the ding ding.
All right, ding ding shot.
Shoot him in the ding ding. Yes.
That's a called shot.
18.
Okay.
Yep.
You hit him in
Ding
the
ding
ding.
right.
shot. And
It's Albert.
I'm using Vex to All right, and then damage. Did I hit it?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Pull out your short bow.
5
Hits him.
damage, and I'll have
Hits
advantage
him,
on the
and
next
he
one.
just sort of like breaks off the end of it with his massive club, and he doesn't even seem to notice.
Oh, yay.
But
So
now
he
he's
has an
looking
arrow
at you.
tip stuck in his ding ding.
All right.
This is like 28 years later, Ding Ding. And unless you've seen the movie, you don't understand what I'm saying.
Move
Let's
back
just
a little
say
bit.
26 inches.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah. And they're just right
Alright, that's
there.
That's my turn.
Lehigh, you're up.
Awesome. What's the ogre wearing? Leather, probably, not metal.
It looks like
Kinda-
hide.
No, boo. Okay, I'm going to cast Rageful Nimbus on
I'm going to need you to
Kithris?
describe what
Oh
that is.
wait, hold on. I might not be able to actually use this. It's not from the regular book.
Ah,
just
you're
noticed.
cheating. I see.
Well, hold on. It's cute. You might just want me to just.
No. If it's not from the Player's Handbook 2024, I don't want to use
Okay.
it.
Then never mind. I am going to cast Resistance, and I'm going to change that spell. On the Pegasus, against bludgeoning,
Okay.
and then that's I'm going to turn into. That's it. Actually, no, I'm good for now.
All right. Gunnar, you're up.
All right. I look at this big guy. I go, "You're no match for me." I rage as I'm saying that. You'll leave my white horsey alone. Gunnar likes horsies, and boy, I think I could reach him, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's charged down there.
And he's gonna get a good whack from me.
Ah!
Roll the hit. Come on, baby.
We're all
Give me-
insane.
Oh, of course not. 7.
Oh
Boy,
my
look at that.
gosh! He just brings up this massive tree trunk, and you just deflect right off the hard oak wood.
All right. Well, I tell him just stand still. All right. It just be right.
Time
Quit
out.
moving around.
We could try to outsmart him.
All right, Boros, you're up.
Yeah, there is that.
They're not smart.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, I don't have that selected. There we go. I'm gonna move over here. And I'm going to stomp my foot onto the ground and cast Pillar of Force.
Can you describe that for me?
Yep. You swiftly stomp your foot, conjuring a pillar of wood or stone that thrusts out from underneath your feet and towards a creature you could see within range, which is 30 feet.
This is what's the Earth avatar? The Earth girl, Toph.
Oh,
Off.
tough.
Yeah, this is a Toph move. Okay, so stone leaps up from underneath him. Is this a dexterity check? What is this?
It is a roll to hit.
Okay,
Which,
well, 25 is a hit.
It is going to take 15 damage.
Wow, 15 force damage. Okay, which translates to 1. No, I'm just kidding. 15 damage. That's great. So it smacks him. He like stumbles back, rages out of the ground, slams onto the ground a couple times, as if the ground wounded him. What else? Anything else for your turn?
As a bonus action, I'm going to give Kithris Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
What do you say to Kithris to give him inspiration?
Kithris, show him your might.
Oh, I will.
Inspiring. This is a kid's show, all right? Keep that in mind. Might. All right, Kithris, you're up.
Depends on the translation. No, Kithris is going to charge forward up next to Gunnar. And he's going to be like, "Let me show you how this is done." And he's going to swing his greatsword. And a whiff, that'd be hilarious. No, it looks like a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
So that's going to be
Wow.
13 slashing damage. And You also see that in this same moment, as this comes whirling around, there's a kind of a purple psionic light that envelops Kithris's blade, and he's going to deal some extra psionic damage, doing a psionic strike. So as you propel your weapon with psionic force once on each of your turns immediately after you hit a target within 30 feet of yourself with an attack and deal damage to it, you can expend 1 psionic die, rolling it and dealing force damage to the target equal to the number rolled plus your intelligence modifier. So
Nice.
it'll be 6 plus. So it's going to be 5, 6, 7
7
more
damage.
force damage.
He is bloodied. So as you slice into him, you see him stumble back a little bit. The fat all in his body sort of jiggles around as he sort of stumbles a bit, gets his bearing, looks at you, just screams out slime from just slobber, just this rancid smell that Gunnar knows as swamp ass, emanates from his mouth and just sort of like envelops you in this scream.
Give him a breath mint.
Give him an Altoid.
Give him something, holy cow.
Rose with Banaka. All right, anything else, Kithris?
Spray perfume in his mouth.
Spray perfume. No, that's going to be it.
All right, so the Pegasus stamps its feet a little, just shakes its body out, and takes flight up into the air. It's got a flight of 90. So you see it go up in the air like, we're going to say 20 feet. So that's 20. We're going to look at like 40. Like 45 or something. It's going to end right here, but it's going to swoop down to his level and use its feet to kick out its head. With its hooves, roll to hit. Misses! The damn ogre ducks down as the Pegasus flies by and stamps at it with its feet. And just like leans its head down, like swipes at it with its massive tree trunk of a club. And the Pegasus moves aside and flies past. Elowyn, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna Sacred Flame. My go-to.
All right, what do you say?
So I thrust my holy light towards the ogre and say, Mishakal, protect us with your light.
He seemed to like look up at you like in a question, like, "Argh," and this light breaks down out of the sky, breaks through the rain, and slams into him. He just like drops down, just under the radiant force of it. What's the damage? Nice. Dude. That's a good hit.
Highest damage.
All right, the ogre like shake. Oh, is there anything else on your turn?
No.
The ogre like stretches out and screams out to the sky, rain pelting down on everyone. Mud is starting to get a little bit thicker and slimier as the rain seems to pick up almost on cue. Swings his massive club down at Gunnar. 22 to hit.
Hits.
13 bludgeoning damage, so 6 damage.
Got it.
Slams down into you. You sort of take it a little bit, wipe the blood off. Henry, you're up.
All right, I'm going to move a little bit so he's more in range, and I have advantage on my crossbow. Roll. And I only got 10 with advantage.
That's rough. So it, through the rain and the wind, it just pushes the bolt off to the side a little bit and flies past him. Anything else on your turn?
No, because I don't think I get anything else.
All right, Lehigh, you're up.
Cool, could chew. Okay. How far away am I? I'm gonna move up about here, half the distance, and I'm going to cast Charm Person. One humanoid you see within range makes a Wisdom saving throw. It does so with advantage if you and your allies are fighting it. On a failed save, the target has the charmed condition until the spell ends, or we damage it. So don't damage.
What's the DC?
13.
It failed. So it sort of stops
I kind of thought
and
it
looks
would.
over at you and tilts its head.
I go, whoa, everyone. It's mine now. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. How long does it spell? 1 hour. Sweet. I look at it and go, take me to your treasure.
All right, Gunnar, you're up.
Don't hurt it. It's mine now. We have an hour.
Are you talking to him? Do I know that you're talking to him, or
And I'm talking to you right now. Or like I said that out loud earlier. I said,
Don't hurt him.
He's mine now. He's under my control.
okay. Do I see that? Do I feel that there's some type of
I mean, he's
At least-
definitely like dropped his stance. Physically,
he?
doesn't look like he's defending or attacking right now. He's clearly looking past at you guys towards Lehigh.
okay? Then I tell him to stand down, take a knee.
He doesn't seem to recognize you at all.
He only listens to me. And on my next turn, I can tell him to listen to the rest of you.
So, Gunnar? Are you going to continue fighting?
I'll already in attack. So if I'm seeing that his posture's changed and he's not seeing me as aggressive,
That's very perspective based. Like I need a little bit more of a cue than that. Like if
I'd
you
be
see
able-
him like
well, I
start
know
to
he-
attack,
me,
If I say so, then you can attack him. Right? Like
Gunnar,
if
did
I
you say if
like
he
he's
attacks
gone.
you?
well, he did. And so, but I guess do I notice anything that's changed? And it just because I'm ready to knock him a good one here.
Yeah, I mean, before he was sort of like ready, but now he's like sort of dropped his guard and he's just staring past you. And you're like, take a knee, and he doesn't seem to respond at all.
Okay, so I'll just
But
already.
Lehigh told you.
She
didn't
did.
she?
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lehigh did say something that, okay, to me.
Yes.
Okay, then I notice that, and then I'll just I'm just sitting there like, okay, I'm just watching him. I go, it's
Okay.
your move, Lehigh. If he does anything silly, then he's done.
Okay. No jokes, Ogre. No silly
Sweet.
jokes. Boros, are you going to attack?
Nope.
Kithris?
Are you sure, Mom? I really want to kill this thing.
I'm sure, sweetie.
I will take the dodge action.
The Pegasus flies down at it and swipes
Pegasus,
by trying
no.
to attack it.
Oh God. Pegasus isn't part of my party though, right?
I mean, it's a friendly. It smacks it in the head with its hooves. It takes 7
Fantastic.
bludgeoning damage plus 5 radiant damage. Holy hooves.
Nope.
That's badass, dude.
Holy cow.
I wish I had holy hooves. And the ogre snaps out of it and just rages. "Rah!"
I'm so glad I wasted my turn.
Elowyn,
Everybody
you're
else
up.
is as well.
So does the
Okay.
remain aggressive then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Do
because
they-
it's been
Going
attacked.
for Amy for the attack? Sorry, Amy.
What's
I
that?
was holding my attack.
All I did was yell at this point. It hasn't done anything because it's not its turn. But it was definitely attacked by the Pegasus.
Okay, alrighty.
So, Elowyn, you're up.
So I'm gonna ask Lehigh, what do you want us to do?
You talking to the Pegasus and to the
On my
ogre?
turn.
She can't.
You can
Oh,
say
she
quick
can't
words.
answer
I
me?
mean, you just can't have long conversations.
Kill it.
Okay.
He's like, F it, stupid Pegasus.
What the hell, Mom?
It didn't work out.
I
sacred
friendly
flame.
hit it. Okay.
So
It
Mishakal, protect us with
it
your light.
stumbles onto the ground as it tries to dodge out of the way, and the radiant light comes down and hits it right in the face. What's the damage? Wow! 6 damage. It is hurting. You see blood oozing out of its eyes and nose and ears. And it's just hurting. It gets up on its knees, swings its club. Gunnar, you get your attack.
Okay. 13 hit.
13 hits.
Ooh, I'll take that roll.
As the
15.
rain is pounding down on it. It brings its club up bears to swing over it. It's coming straight for your head. You bring your axe out and bury it right in its face, and it drops down. Its club drops on the ground, and it lets out a final gasp that almost sounds like a whistle through your axe blade. Just and the Pegasus
Kithris
lands down the
spins
ground.
around.
Water is pouring down, and we're going to take a break. Thank you all for watching. We will be right back in 10-ish minutes. See you then.
Turn to Chrysis and I
Yep.
And we are back. Thank you all so very much for waiting, and we appreciate your patience. We are out of combat. They have defeated the ogre. The Pegasus lands down. The rain is pouring down. Lunatari's red glow and Solanthus's silver glow are dappling all over this small canyon space, and the water is flowing off of the mane of the Pegasus as it trots up to Lehigh. Is your speak with animals still working? Is that concentration?
Yes, for role playing.
Did you have another concentration?
Yeah, I cast resistance on it.
Okay.
And I'm not.
So it
I'm
just
willing
sort of
to
looks at
cast
you
it
and
again.
shakes its mane a little bit.
I'll cast it again.
Okay.
I'm speaking with it again.
No.
I'll burn that.
Says, thank you for helping me defeat this villain. If there's anything you need from my people, look up to Skybreaker Peak in the north. That is where we are located.
Wonderful. Really quickly, I wanted to introduce you to everyone. Everyone, this is our friend Frollis. Frollis, this
Oh
is
my
everyone.
gosh! All right, Gabriel's internet
What?
just crashed, and it completely messed
what-
up my entire feed. All right,
What
give
was
me a
the
second,
peak
and I'll get everyone back.
again?
What's that?
Wait, what was the name? What was the name of the mountain?
Skybreaker Peak.
Thank you.
Ooh, blee.
You see, Kithris like walks up as you're trying to do this introduction, like, "Mom, I can't believe that you. Whose side are you on? Mine or Gunnar's? Like, you set him up so Gunnar gets the kill. This is crap."
Okay, so here's the thing. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Unfortunately, the Pegasus knocked the control out of his brain, and so up until then, I was gonna hopefully find its weird little ogre horde that it keeps, but instead, we just killed it, and I'm so sorry. It could have been you.
Fine, I'll get the next one.
Yes, you will.
Hello, Frollis. Frollis.
Froyo?
Frollis.
Frodo.
That's the middle name.
Frodo?
Frollis, Froyo, Frodo, son. The third.
All right, I'm trying to get people back. I hate this setup so much, and I apologize for people watching this having to deal with this. Just give me. I appreciate your patience. This is so aggravating.
Hey, Gunnar, how does it feel to finally get a good kill in?
Ah.
No, snap.
They're not. I mean, then there's you.
Remind me again who killed Langdragosa? Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's probably me.
Shut up, Sam. Or Henry.
Shut up, Sam.
One day you'll be as great as me.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, I can't
I don't
find
know if
these
that's
feeds.
possible.
Dang it. I'm going to have to do a new source here. Give me a second. And I know the names are all messed up, but we're just going to have to deal with it for a moment.
It's rude
Yeah,
that
it's
I'm the
fine.
only one not on there.
It's that Kender racism coming back.
It's always there. One day, Kender will know peace,
That day is not today.
but not today, because I'm
I think
here.
it's because of that song you're singing. That's why they don't know peace.
Hey, I'm not the bard, okay? I'm a druid. I sing the songs of trees and rivers, not always very prettily.
So for our,
Oh
Oh
no!
my gosh.
is he back? No, he's back.
All right, we're back.
Maybe.
Right. I don't know what happened, but
looks
we'll
like
eventually see him popping up. That was a good diversion. Okay, so the Pegasus looks down at you, Lehigh, lets you know that if you need any assistance, where its people can be found, it lifts off the ground with its massive wings that you healed and flies up into the stormy sky, and you see it just sort of break through the mist of the clouds up through the canyon canopy high above you and disappears over a range. And you guys are staring up, and the rain is just plummeting down, and the ground around you is pure mud. It's just garbage out here. You had traveled up this way after the bird had stopped you on your second watch, so you never got a chance to do your full rest. What's your plan?
Let's try, see where the ogre's shelter's at. Maybe we just use that for temporary. Just
That's gonna be stinky, but let's
Does
do
the
it.
ogre have anything of of interest? And like, how big is this? Was it swinging like a big stick?
Yeah, it just broke off the
club?
end of a tree. Like this massive round tree.
Kithris is still gonna. Kithris is looking at it like, could I use this?
With 2 hands, you can lift
Could I
it.
close
It's just not really effective.
Okay. Does he have? So he'll pick it up. He'll toss it back down. Is there anything else on this ogre that's of note or interest?
No, it looks like it's been living off the land for a while. And, these are not ogre lands. So there's another whole question. Why is this ogre here? What would have drawn it? Ogres are known to be on the other side of the continent as far as their nations of Blood and Ogrebond.
Mom, why are there ogres here?
We could have asked it if we didn't kill it.
Ah,
That's a great.
that's true.
question.
There's a lot
You
of
know,
questions.
ever since you got drunk with those cultists, you've been like way less into killing evil stuff. I don't know what that's about.
Well,
Me?
ogres, I don't know if ogres are evil. They're just misguided and not very bright.
No, they're evil.
Oh,
No, that's
all right, never mind.
that's Gunnar. That's never mind. It's fine. Why are
Okay.
That is good.
Wow.
Rude.
why are there ogres here? I don't think do they belong in these mountains? Are there always ogres?
No, but they wander. They go wherever there's food and stuff for them. They're big dum-dums.
so it's not
Like
common
Gunnar.
that these things should be over here. And so if I know a little bit about ogres, this is not right.
Does
They
the
wouldn't
Pegasus
travel
know?
far
Yeah, I
up
mean,
this
the
far.
reality is most of them travel in tribes, like small groups or larger groups. For them to be on this side of the New Sea in Salamnia, I mean, that just lets you know that either the Knights of Salamnia are not doing a very good job, or even the Dark Knights in Naraka aren't doing a very good job of patrolling their borders, or they were just really effective at sneaking into these mountains. Of course, the Vanguard Mountains are this massive mountain range, and so it's kind of hard to patrol that space. So maybe they've been living here a while. I mean, it's just you've never encountered ogres on this side of the New Sea before. It's usually just on the east side and the south.
I think this is as much just like this is the conversation that's being had as we like walk back to camp or whatever.
Okay.
Like trying to figure out what's going on. We
You
should
want us to
totally
work
tell
no
Leosin
return roll?
about these guys.
Get any further clues, or so it must have been camping out somewhere.
Can we?
Yeah.
Are there tracks that we can follow? They've all been washed away by the rain.
It would be difficult. Give me a survival check
Cleric guidance.
or a perception check.
21.
Wow.
20.
Wow. So you guys are
Citrus just
spending about 25 minutes sifting through the wet dirt and the branches of the scrub oak, and you're like, this one's broken. This is sort of the direction that we thought he came in. I think this might be a way to where he came from, for sure. So you
Let's
have
head
a
that
solid
way.
direction that you believe is where he came from.
Let's go.
Do it.
As you're moving through, there's this pretty, it's like 4 feet wide river that's just rushing down the mountain. It's not insurmountable. You can cross it, but you're going to have to be a little bit careful, and I'm going to have to know how you cross it if you're going to cross it.
Backflips.
What is it that we're crossing?
There's a river that seems to be the midway point of the path that the ogre came from.
River of blood.
Ithris will pull out his rope. He's like, "Okay, everybody, tie this around yourself, and we'll just kind of make a chain of us, so that we're all together and can cross the river."
All right, let me know the
Rope's
order.
tied around
Who's
us.
first?
Big people.
Kithris will go first.
Give me a dex check, please. As you step into the cold river and the storm is actively going, lightning crashes overhead. The river is rushing past your legs, sort of pushing you. You're doing your best and just sort of get your center of gravity down as you're slowly moving across. Who's next in line?
We'll go next.
Lehigh Super lightweight.
Dirty
She's
20.
just she's suspended above the water line.
I
just
am. I got a
tied
dirty
onto
20.
the rope.
I'm
Just legs a
perfectly
pumping in the
dry.
air as she's pulled across.
This is easy.
No, as you hit that cold water, you're just like, like realizing this is actually could really be dangerous. And the water starts to push you, but the people on either side of you are doing you a good job, and you've got a pretty solid stance, and with your footing on the rocks underneath the river here. And so you're slowly moving across. Who's next in line?
I'll go.
All right, give me a dex check.
14.
Okay, as you're moving across, you slip a little bit. You get yourself back together. You're slowly moving across. Who's next?
Yes, I'll go.
All right, Gunnar, give me a dex check.
Get advantage on dex checks here. Two dice and I still roll crappy.
So wait, is the 9 is the advantage?
I think so. It's my highest. Yes.
All right, so you start to move across, and your legs flip out right from underneath you. Who's behind Gunnar? Is it Elowyn or Boros?
Elowyn said she was going to be second to last.
All right, Elowyn and Henry, give me a strength check.
That's my forte.
Will Forte.
Wait, where is my strength? Oh yeah, I don't have any. 6.
Your noodle arms. He's like, huh! And Elowyn just like plants herself and grabs onto the rope. And Gunnar slips out and grabs onto the rope. Water's rushing in your face, but Elowyn saved you from falling further down the river. Henry, the rope just slips through your hands and your body's sort of pulled forward about a foot and a half. You're just barely into the river again at this point. As Gunnar stops, he starts to move across again. Elowyn, give me a dex check. Or should we call you Toph? Wow. So Boros and Gunnar, give me a strength check.
Oh no. Oh! 14.
Hey.
Did you want me to roll too? Did you say?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it.
Okay. So Elowyn, you slip, your face goes right into the water, just you lift your head up, the brand new chain armor is sort of dragging you down a little bit before you can get your feet above you. Your friends sort of lift you up with the rope, and you get your feet underneath you, and you finally get your balance again, and you cross the river. Last one, Boros, give me a dex check.
Will do. 12.
All right, you're slipping a little bit, but you're catching your bearing, and you're slowly moving across. Elowyn helps you as you get to the other side. Everyone looks back at the river and is just like, sweet hell, that was much more challenging than I thought it would be in full armor in slippery, rainy-ass night. But it is the middle of the night. So, do you keep going? All right.
Let's go.
Give me another survival
Full
check.
steam ahead.
Lehigh, you're in the front. Henry's got it. Lehigh, you
15.
think you lose your place, but Henry's like, no, right there. Do you see the branches right there? They're all broken down. You're like, oh, yes, okay. And so you guys get back onto the trail. Lightning's crashing again. You see it strike down not far from you, hits the side of the canyon, and rocks break off, start tumbling down through the foliage of the bottom of the canyon. You're not sure at what direction that rock is moving or the rocks that it's picking up, but you can hear it crashing down through the leaves beyond the din of the pouring rain. And you're starting to question whether this was even a smart idea at all to do. And finally, you get to the end of this sort of rock outcropping that arcs about 5 feet into the air, and it looks like you see a sort of carcass, mostly consumed and torn apart, fur sort of thrown around. The water's not penetrating under this overhang of rock in this sort of darkness. Those of you who have night vision are sort of seeing this space, and it looks like it's big enough for everyone, but the smell starts hitting you, not just of rotten corpse, but also that ogre stench that you had sort of sniffed before, and then when you were fighting them, sort of overwhelmed your senses, and now it's just like pervasive in the space here, almost closed in on because the rain is forcing it to stay in this little contained, non-rainy area.
I'm
That
gonna
doesn't
use
sound good.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation and make it not smell bad.
Shocking abuse of power.
Isn't that a warning?
So, define prestidigitation. I think it does like small little tasks, right? Or is that something else?
That's something else. Prestidigitation. One of the 6 effects that it does do is sensory effect. You create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as shower of sparks, a puff of wind, faint musical note, or an odd odor.
So, are you going
So
to
it's
do
a
a puff of
pleasant
wind
odor.
to get rid of the smell, or an odd odor to try to cover the smell?
Odd odor to cover the smell, because I would imagine
Sweet.
with it being heavy rain, there's also a lot of wind. So I doubt wind's going to do anything.
Well, wind might push the smell out, but your odd odor adds to this general funk, and it no longer smells like swamp ass. It's more like swamp ass with BO.
Ew.
Smells like college
the-
in here.
Is the
Smells like
wind lasting
college.
though? If the wind's not lasting, it'll return.
Yeah, this seems like the rain is actually containing this funk smell instead of pushing it out. Almost like a curtain around this little outcropping. So until the rain
Yummy.
lets
Let's
up,
go look.
and you're so far into the canyon, you're not getting these huge gusts of wind or anything. You're sort of trapped now with this double smell. You're not
Let's go in
puking or
and
anything.
check
It's
it
just
out,
gross.
shall we?
So what are you going to do?
Kithris is going to conjure a produce flame in his hand and just kind of hold fire in front of him so that everybody can see. What is that thing on the ground? And he's asking the group, looking at the carcass that's there.
It looks like some
That is
sort
a
of...
former person.
At once it was a deer or some sort of deer-like creature. But it's been ripped apart since then.
Oh, that's so sad. I thought it was a human. Jeez. Okay. This is much worse.
there
That would be
anything else of
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Humans, they're a dime a
Whatever.
dozen.
I make those all the time. In the game.
In the game. Is there anything else of note in this space?
No, it looks like this is clearly not like a permanent lair for this thing. It clearly seemed like it was a nomad or something.
Sweet, let's
Well,
sleep here, yeah?
What about the horses?
Oh. Are they back at camp?
They are.
Yeah.
Oof, duh. Okay, yeah. Well, we gotta get them
Hope mountain lions have it.
tomorrow.
Yeah, can you go
Magic
back over the
horses.
river? We could do another 20 minutes on that.
Going forward without him. Or can you send a familiar back to get him?
Who needs horses?
You think my bird can wrangle horses?
I wrangled a Pegasus.
No, it did not. It warned me about the Pegasus.
Go back and go get him.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think
so
we need to go
Gunnar
back for
starts
the
to move back.
horses.
All right, so you guys
Yeah, they-
ultimately, you're
Yeah.
traveling all the entire night, going to this ogre's temporary den, and then now back to your camp again in the darkness, in the rain, and you are wet. You're just soaked to the bone, miserable. You're cold. There's no way you're starting a fire unless Kithris is going to do one in his palm. What's your plan for the night now? Because it is almost dawn.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
Take a short
I
rest.
think it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think.
are we currently under
Mechanically
cover?
short
So,
rest.
like, we're not actively getting rained on?
No, you're being actively rained on.
Okay, I thought we were under, like, a canopy or some.
That was the
Something.
ogre's den, but you guys went back to your horses.
I think
gonna sleep under
Kithris will
my
pitch
horse.
that we take a nap and like mechanically a short rest, and then just get moving again in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Just-
Kithris's pitch.
Yeah. So Solanthus is moving across the sky. It is currently waning. Lunatari is pretty high sanction right up in the sky at the moment. And just everything is casting crimson until the sun comes out. And with the sun, it's sort of behind the clouds. So you know it's daylight, but everything is gray and it's still raining. And the rivers are just getting slightly higher by like a half an inch, but they're going a little bit faster. And the rain is just like pounding on you and wearing your morale down. You're just frustrated that you just can't catch a break through this damn mountain range. And you continue on.
Mom, what else did that Pegasus say to you?
Nothing that I want to abuse.
Nicely put.
Okay. Then we just keep moving forward, I suppose.
All right. You keep moving through the mountain range, and days pass. And you are continuously in water. And it gets to a point where it's sort of dangerous because the water turns to hail and then it turns to snow as you get to the highest peaks. And you guys are cold and your horses are suffering. After 3 days of going through the highest peaks in snow and sleet, and you're finally starting down the other side of the mountain, and in the vast distance in the valley below, you can see Deepdel, and you know you're probably a day and a half travel, but just seeing the other side of these Vingard Mountains is enough to give you inspiration and hope that you can possibly make it. And as you continue on...
Heroic inspiration?
Well, you had that at the beginning of the game.
We did?
Yeah. Beginning of every game.
Every session. Every session we start with it.
I will remember one day.
It's okay. I'll remind you afterward. After you could have used it.
Again.
You know, you could have. So it takes another day and a half, but finally you get just stumbling out of these mountains, wet to the bone. The rain has ceased. It's still sort of drizzling, but it's not heavy. It looks like the storm was moving eastward, and you guys just hit the heart of it at the worst possible time. And now that you're on the other side, it's just sort of drab and dreary, but you're stumbling out of the mountain into Deepdel. Deepdel is this sort of farming village, but it's on the main trade route, and so it's sort of built up sort of ad hoc style. So you got a lot of ramshackle buildings and stuff like that. But now that you see the sort of outskirts, you see the main road, what do you do?
Kithris will get everybody together and say, okay, we need to find Asin. How do you say his name?
Asin?
Atkin.
Atkins.
We need to find Atkin.
Atkins
diet. Yeah, we need to find him and talk to him. We probably should see if the caravan has come through, and then we need... I mean, if they haven't come through yet, like, is there an inn in this place?
Aren't we supposed to wait? Even if they haven't come through, just wait here.
Yeah, but if they've already come through, we need to figure out... I didn't think it was going to take us that long to go through the mountains.
That's a popular trade route. Wouldn't multiple caravans be coming through?
And with the ground being wet, it would leave
Low.
track marks easier.
Well, let's get into town and see if we can find Atkin, and then go from there, I suppose.
Is it assumed we took a long rest at some point during our trip?
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you.
So yeah, we'll start heading into town. Is there any, as we get closer into town, what are we seeing?
I mean, it
as
looks
far as,
like
like,
a
is there-
regular bustling town. There's not guards or anything like that.
Okay.
It's an open sort of village that has expanded due to people seeing opportunity for businesses because this is a main trade route. To build up and sort of collectively work together as a sort of, as a town. So you do see restaurants and inns and taverns and equipment outposts and lumber yards and, all sorts of stuff that would lend itself to a major trade stop. And people are bustling by, moving, even though it's drab and dreary and wet and miserable and cold. They're still doing their life,
Yeah. Boros, Go ask about Atkins accessories. See if we can figure out where we're headed.
Before I do that, does it look like there's multiple races and ethnicities here?
You
You
see
should disguise self.
dwarves and humans and, elves or half-elf frames. Maybe, Kender-sized frames. Maybe they're human kids, you're not sure. Other than that, you don't really see anything else, no.
Okay, I'm gonna disguise self to look like a human.
Okay.
If I put on a hat, do I look like a kid? Is it just the ears that give me away?
It's the wrinkles. So Kender are
The
known
attitude.
for having the frame of human children, but their skin and wrinkles and just mannerisms tell you that they're older, and they're clearly a little more ridiculous than kids
Hey, that's fair.
in general.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You need to moisturize, is what I'm saying. Consider moisturizing.
We will lube you up.
Are you saying only drinking Diet Pepsi my whole life is not doing my skin any help?
Yes.
That's fair too, okay? No lies, no lies.
You're preserving your skin is what you're doing.
There you go.
I think it's working. I've been saying that for a while.
All right, Boros, what's your plan?
So, just in my general vicinity, I'm not seeing anything that says Atkins accessories as a building.
No, there's no sign where you're looking now. But this is a village. It's not like a one space thing, I mean, it's a sprawling area.
Yeah.
I know, but there's always the possibility that we could just be right next to it.
Right.
But I'm gonna go over to the nearest person and ask them if they know where Atkins accessories is.
Of course. Yes, just go up the street here.
Thank you.
Have a good day to you.
Scotland?
Have a wonderful day. And I'm going to wave everyone else over and just point down the road.
I mean, you
If
guys
they
are
were not
moving
open.
into town with
Six,
horses.
nine.
There's nothing odd about this. This is totally normal. You see,
Yeah, we'll just
No.
ride in and kind of follow Boros.
yeah.
So I don't need to
Well-
stealth.
If you want to, you
One,
can. But
two, 3, 4, 5.
Hiding
He's like
on
ducking
horseback.
behind barrels and
Comprised of
shit.
races that nobody likes. We're a little cautious. We've been bit more than once.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll roll in
That's fair.
and stick
I'm
together,
also
close together.
coming in. I'm checking my surroundings, see if anybody's actually watching us or any that doesn't look.
Can I get a perception check from you?
I'm fighting the urge to turn into a cat.
Meow.
Sitting on your horse.
We should
That
probably
would be
find a
so
temple.
Now you feel pretty good. There's no one looking at you at all.
What does Henry think?
Henry doesn't think anyone's looking at him at all.
If it was a cat riding a horse, they would be. Though.
Yeah, that
true.
would be odd.
Probably should turn
So
into
yeah,
a
if we-
cat. Huh?
If we can quickly get to Atkins accessories, I think we'll go there and see. Is there a place to kind of tie up the horses out front, or do we need to?
So as you guys
Fine.
are moving down the
Let's
main
stay well.
thoroughfare sort of street here, you're seeing what you would expect in any town that's on a major trade route. You're seeing wagons being unloaded and loaded. People are screaming foremen or trying to get, workers to do their jobs when they're sort of screwing off. You're seeing women trying to lure men into taverns for games of chance or other pleasurables.
Ooh.
You're seeing people, and Henry is gone.
No, Henry. No,
No,
Henry.
I have my dice.
Ah, sit. You're seeing,
gambling.
just everything that you would expect out of a normal town. Drunks being carried by the ear from the town constable or something down the street for drunken disorderly behavior. And as you guys move up to what now you're seeing is Atkins accessories signage on the front. This is more like a warehouse than it is like a storefront. So it does definitely have like a little trough and like old Western movies where you can tie your horse off next to the trough and so they can get some water and stuff. But yeah, you see this man with this big, wide belly with an apron wrapped around it, screaming at someone that's lifting some sort of crate onto a wagon. That's the wrong one! You daft bastard! I told you to the left! Your other left! He looks over. What can I help you with?
Are you Akin?
I am Atkins, the one and the same. Who are you?
We are friends of Leosin. Erlenthar.
I don't think I heard you. Who
Uh-oh.
did you say? And he sort
The
of
person that
sidles
owes you
over
money.
Hi.
to the side
Well,
of the
friend-
building.
Friend is strong. Hold on. We didn't say friend. We're here.
Show him the
on
medallion.
the-
Or
I
the-
don't want to. You can.
Citrus just answers them again. He's like, Leosin, he says he knows you.
Leosin, that money-grubbing bastard owes me money! Do you understand that?
How much?
How much
How
did
How
he
much
owe
money?
you?
From behind the wall, he pulls out a stick. It's just a stick, but it's a stick. And he moves toward you, sort of shaking it. Are you going to pay me for him?
How
Maybe,
much did
what?
he owe you?
He owes me 15 steel.
Okay, yeah, I'll give
Citrus
you
will
some of
just
that.
toss him
I'll-
15 still.
We'll just give you 15 steel.
Done.
Oh. Well,
Here you
Okay.
go.
shit.
That
He
you
told
guys
us to
signed
come
it.
and settle his debt, and then
Yeah.
he said that you could help us. So are you
Well,
really wanting to be coming after us with a stick at
he
this point?
sort of like drops
or-
the stick, leans down, and picks up the steel. Oh, thank you very much. That's mighty kind of you. Come inside out of the drabby shit weather. How about a little bite of dwarven spirits? Looks over at Elowyn, eh? Winks at you. Moves inside.
Yep.
Goes into
Yep,
his
so I will-
office, and as you guys sort of
Moment.
follow in, I mean, this is a big warehouse area, so you see people moving crates in and out, and goods and sacks and ropes and all sorts of stuff. He sort of moves into his little office area and pushes his chair aside, opens a little drawer in his desk, and pulls out a bottle with 2 X's on it. He's like, "Now I got these dwarven spirits from the Kayolin realm. Well, probably 35 years ago. I'm sure it's still good. Fungus doesn't go bad, does it, young lass?" Looking at Elowyn.
She's quiet because her PTSD is triggered. She said she's having issues with her headset.
Okay.
Yeah, she can't hear us right now. But
It's like,
I, the
that
druid,
doesn't
who knows.
sound
What
well,
else?
but you know what? And he just sort of pulls the cork out with his teeth and spits it out. It's raining. You're new friends, and I no longer have a debt with Leosin. He takes a pull and he forces it towards Boros.
Thank you. I'll take a hit.
Round it around. Pass it. Everyone takes a drink. Then we talk
I'm pa-
business.
I'm going to pass it
You see
over
this
to
is
Henry because I'm
mushroom
going to
drink?
assume he's right next to me.
Oh, you're muted too.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm taking a nice drink, passing it on.
It hurts. It is
It-
more alcohol than it is pleasure. It's just hot and spicy and just hits your lungs immediately. You're just like, oh, yeah, it's great.
Wait.
Ugh.
Did he just give us dwarven
vomit.
absinthe?
This is dwarven spirits. It's made from mushrooms.
I can't do it. I coughin until I puke.
Jeez.
I rolled a 4 for a constitution check just for funsies.
He walks up to you and sort of pats you on the back. Don't worry, young lady. I think you're going to do fine. He sort of rubs you a little bit. It grows on you. And I hear it puts hair on your chest. You could use some.
Well, it's a fungus drink that grows on us? What did you give us, bro?
Wait, you mean I can finally have hair on my chest? Kithris takes like a huge gulp of it.
There's like bink, bink, bink through scales.
Dude, check it out. 3 hairs. It's amazing.
This is the best day ever. Gunnar,
Okay,
you
kindergarten.
take some?
Yeah, I finish it.
The dude's just eyes are like wide and eyebrows are just way up. Good for you. All right, what do you want from me? What does Leosin send you for?
Can you fill me up?
That I don't remember.
It's 35-year-old dwarven spirits. You don't come across that every day. I got some summer ale here somewhere.
Leosin
Well-
said he sent us here to find a caravan that was coming through town. Said you might be able to help us find them and get us some supplies and whatever.
He walks up next to you, and as far as height, this is a large man. As far as height goes, he's just underneath your chin. But as far as mass goes, he could easily lift you up and move you. He's just a large human. But he sort of like comes up next to you and puts his hand on your arm. I know probably a lot of people look down on you because of what you are. But I judge people by the content of their character. And right now, you're talking nonsense. This is a trade route, man. There's constant caravans moving across. Which one are you waiting for?
Ask Boros. Boros is the one with the words. I just hit stuff. Way better than Gunnar.
Who's this Gunnar fellow and who's this Boros fellow? How about y'all introduce yourselves?
Kithris, this is Elowyn. This is Mom. This is Boros. This is Henry. This is Gunnar.
Okay.
I reach my hand out
Yes,
to
I'm
give him a
Mom.
handshake.
He shakes it gruffly.
Shake his hand. I reach mine out and shake his.
Nice to meet you, Gunnar. So,
Nice to meet you as well.
what does Leosin want? What particular caravan are you looking for?
Heading
Uh,
to
Car-
Argoth.
What?
It's a caravan full of cultists, or
A cultist
Shady.
caravan. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I will tell you this. We haven't seen a caravan in a week and a half, and we're expecting one in the next few days.
Where's it heading?
I assume it's heading north. Most of the caravans travel north and south across the entire coast here. Traveling by
The
sea
one that was here.
is very dangerous. There's still a goddamn dragon overlord out there.
What do you mean there's a dragon overlord out there?
The entire southern Ergoth is still taken over by that blasted white frost.
Above table, is this like information that we would have and understand?
this?
Is this, or is
It
this
really
like,
depends on how much you travel across the oceans, but yeah, southern Ergoth had one of the dragon overlords there, and
Okay.
as far as people know, he's still there. He's like one of the
So,
last
but-
ones to even exist.
but unrelated to our current task,
Correct.
per se? Okay.
But that's why
us
people
about
don't travel the waterways
The
very
sea,
often.
right. Tell us about the caravan that was here last week. Anything weird?
I don't know what to tell. It was traveling south. They stopped by. They picked up an extra wagon. I repaired some of their wheels. There's a real lovely lass. I'll tell you what, if I could have wed her, I bet she would have made some great pies, if you know what I mean, eh? Nudges you a little bit.
Oh,
Wait,
American
Do
Pie.
you know what
what
I
you're
mean?
saying.
I don't do your kind.
I
you
mean,
know,
I like pie. I don't understand.
We haven't had that talk yet.
I
Ogre.
look
I
at
saw
him
Ogre
and
the
like,
other day. Is that normal around here? What do you think of that? Tell me about that.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What's normal?
I'm talking to the caravan guy. We ran into an ogre the other day, and we just thought it was weird around here. I wanted to see if you knew anything about that situation.
Oh, that is very weird. To be fair, but most ogres stay to the wilderness, unless they're in some sort of like raiding tribe. But I've never seen one in my lifetime, and I've never heard of anyone seeing one in this entire Southland or coastal region. So the fact that where did you
killed
run
one.
across this ogre?
Well, if you want to see what you can see his body in the mountains.
about 3 clicks
we
back
saved
that way.
it.
It's very difficult when three of you are talking at once.
Yeah, I was the one asked the question, so I'll go. It was hunting a Pegasus, and the Pegasus found us. Well, my
He looks
bird
over at
found the
Gunnar.
Pegasus,
Kender
and we
tails,
saved
right?
it. Okay, you guys all talk then. Everything I say is a lie, and I'm evil. I forgot.
but we should let her finish, though. She speaks the truth.
You You're being serious. You
That was
you
the
saw a
full
Pegasus.
story. Yes,
Yes.
You
It
saw a
was-
Pegasus?
is our friend. It's
We
our
saw
friend
Pegasus.
now.
A Pegasus
and
is your friend? What
His name's
for? What?
Crawlus, and he's beautiful. We saved it from the ogre. Oh my gosh, no one listens to me.
I don't understand. First of all, I've never seen a Pegasus. I've always believed them to be fairy tales. So if you're all vouching for this story, I apologize. But from my perspective, this is very crazy. And the fact that you killed a ogre and now you're friends with the Pegasus is even... Can I see the Pegasus?
I don't know if he'll just show up when we want him to. He said he kind of like lives on this certain mountain. I'm not going to give away. I'm not going to dox my friend. And I don't think I just want to have him show up so I could be like, look at me, I'm telling the truth. That's a horrible abuse of power.
But
That's
this isn't even
amazing.
the craziest stuff. Like, we should hang out more.
Well,
This was like a Tuesday for us. Yeah.
yeah, my life is much more mundane than this. Well, I don't...
Well, we were looking for a caravan heading north, so it's probably the one that's coming.
Okay.
Can you recommend a good place for us to stay for a couple of days? And maybe you can help us get hired onto this caravan as like, guards or something.
I don't really have a connection with hiring people on, but I do know someone who might be able to help you a bit with that. If you go talk to the constable, his name is Gary. He might be able to
How
help
did I
you
know
get
that?
hired on as a guard.
Why did
Okay.
Leosin send us to you and not Gary?
I
So
don't
that we
know
could pay
that
off his
Leosin
debt
knows
for
Gary. Gary has been
Okay.
our constable for maybe 3 or 4 months. He's done a fine job. He's taken care of a lot of the ne'er-do-wells.
Oh, no shade to Gary. I'm just thinking Leosin sent us to you so that he could use the money he knows we have to make him straight with you, and I'm a little upset.
Well, that sounds
That's
like the reason why he sent you to me, but I do know everyone here in Deepdel, so that might be another reason.
Ooh, you know all the
Okay.
tea? We're gonna have to hang later and hear the drama.
I'll spill tea, but only after some more dwarven spirits, if you know what I mean. In any case, I do have a job to do. There are plenty of establishments that you could stay at, depending on your current weight of your purse. But if you want my advice, I would probably go to the Ankles.
Ankles?
It's got great
Is that
bread.
like a strip club?
It's got great... No. What? No.
Like the thing above your feet,
You don't-
ankles.
They don't show ankle there.
I've been
at
waiting for
all?
someone to ask this for like 25 years. No, it's about 2.5 feet below a cunt. Sorry. I apologize to everyone. This is a joke from my youth that I've been waiting and sitting on for years. I apologize.
You are welcome, sir.
I take it all back. So
Nope, it was a live stream. You can't take it back. There's no editing.
it's recorded. So, no, it's a great establishment. It's just, on the lower end of town, about 3.5 feet lower.
That sounds like an amazing place. Like it's our kind of a jam.
What's the nicest place in
Exactly
town?
where I
The ear?
No, it's literally called the Highbrow. It's a gambling establishment. It's a little expensive, but
Oh,
you have to have a
God.
wager every night if you're going to go in.
I'm gonna camp
just
in the
looks
woods,
at
you
Henry and he's
guys.
like,
I don't want
"No."
to sleep in these places. I'm
You
gonna
don't
go.
like beds?
I'm gonna go sleep in the trees. I'm a druid. These places sound weird. I'll get you guys at breakfast.
Okay. I think I just lost half my viewers because of that one comment. All right.
Uh,
So is there anyone else going to sleep in the trees with Lehigh?
no. Kithris wants
Well,
to.
Elowyn, you're going to go in the trees?
Yay! She's still sick.
Summer
So
play. Yeah.
Girls.
I can hear
She
again.
still
But
Okay.
She still has STD.
I'm a
yeah,
little worried.
she's good.
That was the
I'm a
comment.
little
That
worried about
comment
you,
didn't get us
too.
anything.
All right, so the women are going off to the trees. They like the wood. And then the guys are going to go off to the establishments. Are you going to go to the gambling houses? Are you going to go get some dinner? What's the plan? We have 3 days to
Like
kill.
some dinner.
Kithris is actually going to see. Is there he would ask Atkin before we left, like, is there a good place to stable our horses while we're here?
Oh, of course. Yeah, any of these establishments will take care of your horses just fine.
Okay.
But if you want the best place, you need to go over to the ankle and you tell them that I sent you, and you tell them that you want. Tell them that you want the green treatment. Your horses will be good.
Okay. Kithris
I'm
will
not there,
take the
but I don't
horses
like
and
that.
head towards the ankle.
Okay. So you
The
get there.
weirdest thing I've ever said in a D&D game.
I'll tag along with Kithris.
It's very. We don't
Yeah,
have to
we're all
roleplay every aspect of it, but it's a very respectable establishment. There's
I
nothing
would
wrong
like
with it.
to know what the green treatment involves, though.
It's actually like a menu item. So they wash and brush down your horse. They rub sage around it so it smells better, and they feed it oats and give it some really nice sort of grain mixture. So it's supposed to be more healthy and help with vibrancy and a longer lasting life. And they enrich the spring water with a little bit of olive oil. It's supposed to help in some sort of weird holistic way. Because this is a trade route, certain establishments offer certain treatments to animals in
services,
sort of
yeah.
longevity and stuff like that.
Cool.
Whether it actually does anything is a whole other issue. But
Serious question: is there a person spa?
no,
Is there a
that's
person version
that's
of
more of like a
this spa?
city thing. This is, I imagine this to be more of like
That's
what you
fair.
would see like
Yeah.
a Deadwood, like a mining town type place.
Yeah.
Next
No
time we go to the
temple?
city, I want to go to the spa though.
Yeah.
I remember that.
If you want to look around for a temple, you will find shrines for the gods, but no like established temples.
Is there a shrine for Habbakuk?
Yeah, 100%.
Kithris would stop by the shrine and leave an offering.
You see like bundles of herbs and stuff and flowers sort of laid aside like all around the shrine. There's this sort of effigy of what the god is imagined to appear as to mortals.
Yeah,
I'm
Kithris would
gonna-
prepare a small offering like the way his mom showed him and leave it there.
As you put it down, you feel this sort of gust of wind from behind and the scent of salt water sort of waft past your mouth and nose.
Perfect.
I'm gonna build rapport with the community and play my bagpipes around.
Give me a performance check. You guys might just be run out of town.
19.
Oh,
Still planning on
nice.
that in town.
So you start playing the Saga of the Dragonlance on your bagpipes, and people are like starting to gather around and follow you a little bit and sort of cheering, and like about 15 silver is thrown at you.
Sweet. Wasn't playing for gold or playing for money, but I'll take it.
As Henry, now that other Henry's gonna take a break here, Henry is gonna try to sneak away from the rest of the group and make his way over to the highbrow
Okay.
and see what this gambling's about.
So he walks in and sees a older woman, finely dressed, smells like rose. She's clearly cleaned. Her dress, has seen better days, but it's still clean. She walks up. Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Do you fancy a game of chance? Or maybe a moment with me?
I'm thinking both at some point here, but let's heard maybe you guys had some dice games.
Oh, what do you drink?
Not dwarven mushroom stuff. Just nice mead if you got it.
Oh, we can handle that. We've got some nice Nordmaarian mead.
Also, yes to both.
And we got some Northern Agothian weed. It's great. All right, come on. And she sort of waves over at the barkeep, and he pours a sort of a tumbler. It's a nice, not quite a glass, but not quite a cup. Brings it out, and she leads you over to this. She's like, now this is what we call craps. Now, and she sort of explains the game and how to, bet. And it's like, normally people will only wager, 12 or 13 silver at a time, but you look like a steel kind of man to me.
I might be.
Well, if you'd like to go to our exchange cage, we can cash any amount you want and put them in chips, and we can, visit the games of chance and then go up for a sure thing.
Sure. Looking at Henry's sheet here. Yeah, he'll exchange 10 steel for.
All right. So,
for some.
how many games do you figure you want to play before you retire?
So what he's trying to do is he wants to try to sneak his charlatan's die into one of these games, because with his charlatan's die he can control the number that it rolls.
Okay.
So he's gonna kind of watch for a minute and start making some bets and
is
try
he gonna be careful with it, or is he gonna be reckless with it?
He's gonna be careful with it.
All right.
Doesn't want to get caught.
Yeah. So at the end of the night, you end up with the woman really trying to pull you away from the tables, and you're up 34 steel, which is a lot for these games.
He'll take it. He'll tip 1 steel back to the dealer at the table, and then go cash out.
Okay. And do you go up?
Yeah, if she's still offering, then yeah, probably.
All right. Anyone else going to do anything for the night?
Yeah, out in the woods, I have my little bag of peanuts, and
what?
I've been. This is serious. This is D&D.
I'm sorry.
No.
How dare I?
I've just been hanging out with the creatures of the forest, feeding them. Not necessarily speak with animals, but my animal handling is pretty high and stuff. So I'm just making friends with the woodland creatures, having a great night in the woods, not gambling or seeing prostitutes. Great out here.
Sounds like a shit night to me. Elowyn, what are you doing?
Yeah, that sounds completely off. Henry's having a great time.
I'm still hanging out with Kender, right?
You're like, so I just give them
Yeah,
food
I'm teaching you how to speak to squirrels and stuff.
Cool.
Wait,
It's
I want to
really
hear
cool.
your squirrel voice. Yeah, what is
Hey,
this
my
squirrel
friend,
voice?
I love you.
You're so adorable. Why'd you bite me, you son of a... Yeah.
And now I have rabies.
Murder all the squirrels. All right, so it's an uneventful night, except for Henry, who has a very eventful night. Everyone else enjoys...
How much did that night cost him, by the way? Because he was at 33 after he tipped the team.
Right. To be honest, you're probably up 32 after everything.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
That'll do.
No STDs or anything. No diabetes. All right, so the next morning,
Definitely.
are you guys going to search out anything? You're going to do anything? Or are you just going to wait for the caravan? What's your plan?
I'm going to meet
Kithris
back
wants
up
to
with
go.
them.
Okay.
Say that first.
Does it seem like this is like a central hub where traffic is coming and going?
Yeah, to be fair, any road on this pathway, this main road up north is going to be like this town. Some towns are bigger than others, but it's pretty par for the course.
Chris,
Once we all get to...
I think we should maybe scout this area out, see if we see anything suspicious or anything that would draw. So we're told too that the cultists are blending in with these caravans.
Yeah.
So sooner or later they're going to have to disembark, or maybe they will, and maybe we'd be able to pick up on that.
Right.
So Kithris, is going to agree with that and also suggest that somebody needs to go and talk to Gary the Constable and kind of get his take on stuff and see if he can help get us some guard jobs with this caravan so that we can try to sneak
Boros.
onto the caravan and head up.
Yeah, Boros is
Shall
in
we?
charge, and he
I
can.
will go and annoy Gary.
I want to also go and annoy Gary.
Feel perfect for that.
Gonna go
And then I
badly
think-
at all.
Was that supposed to be a
Henry-
compliment?
I see you two being very successful in this particular task.
Henry will go with Boros and Lehigh, and then if Gunnar wants to
Perfect.
go and kind of explore, I think him and Kithris can do that.
You should
Elowyn,
probably-
are you going to come with us? Maybe we can find you a shrine or a temple. You can pray and do
Sure.
stuff.
Sure.
Mission call.
Yeah, you can pray to Mission Call.
It's pretty
I
easy
went
to
and saw
find the
Habbakuk
constable's
yesterday.
office if that's what you're looking for.
Hey, I want to turn
It
into
is.
a cat before we go in.
Okay.
Like before we're around a bunch of people, I want to be a cat now. I'm a black cat. It's cool.
Rarely,
over to
but every
Boros before
once
they
in a
get
while,
there.
someone will like stop and like walk around you. You know, don't let a black cat cross your path thing.
Even on accident, I picked the race of cat that nobody likes.
race of
How do
cat.
How do I do this? Oh my god. Okay.
So you go into you see the constable's office in front of you.
Okay. I'm gonna go inside.
As you open the door, this guy sort of barrels out, sort of bumps into you, looks, how'd you want to hear your gun? Some bitch, and he sort of, like, straightens his shirt, which is still crooked, and just stumbles away.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. As he's walking by, and if he's still within range, I'm gonna have the door swing and hit him on his ass.
Well, he bumped into you on the other side of the door. Like, so you were going toward the door to open it, and he barreled out.
Oh,
in that
okay.
case, Henry will cast his invisible mage hand and cause the man to trip. As the
What's
thing
the
head inside.
Oh, at
what's
the
the
same
casting time
time,
on that? Is there
It's a
somatic?
bonus action, and the range is 30 feet.
Is there a somatic
There is a
component?
somatic.
All right.
Yes, there is.
So you call something out in the language of magic. Vos mis bluff biff bleh. And the dude trips. He says, oh! He sort of like pushes himself up and looks back. You son of a bitch! Kick him out while he's down! Watch it in my face! Initiative.
It's always like this. You won't ever let us have just stupid fun.
I thought that's
that's
what this
another
whole
natural
session has
20 for
been.
initiative.
14.
My bad.
No, I think it's just Boros and Henry. Because Lehi's a cat.
Am I in
I can
initiative?
still fight as a cat.
In this moment, I was just planning on it being between these guys. If you guys are really trying to
Okay.
like attack this person,
Yeah.
No.
no.
because they're the
But-
ones that went out of their way to attack him.
I
So
still want to
he's
be in
just sort of
initiative just
getting
in
up.
case it comes to that, though. But we're just watching. In initiative.
You guys are the worst. All right, Henry, are you gonna roll initiative?
Yeah, I did. It was because.
All right, so you see the commoners sort of like
Uh,
push themselves up,
14.
look behind, call out to you, and start moving. That's when initiative hit. You have initiative.
Okay. Henry's just gonna go up to him and try to grapple him and make it look like he's trying to help them back up to their feet.
Give me a strength check, please.
This will be +0. 19.
So you grab onto him, and so how are you doing this?
Like I'll kind of
Describe
grab
it.
onto their shoulders and kind of pull them back up to their feet and be like, "You're fine. You just tripped. Just turn around and go home." And I'll kind of spin him around and
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion is a +1. 12.
Yeah, he's gonna take a swing at you.
Okay.
Like, who do you think you're talking to? Just because I have a bad day, just woof, his fist flies way wide. What are you gonna do?
Henry's just going to... This is all happening right out in front of, like, the constable's office, right?
Yeah.
Henry's going to disengage and back up and kind of put on this show of, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are we doing here? Just head home, man. You're drunk. Go home.
Okay.
Almost wanting to make a show for, like, the... in case the constable's watching, to be like, man, what is with these people?
Right.
+4 to this, so 14. Perception.
So he starts moving toward you, and you guys see the constable walk through and sort of stand on the other side of the door, the sort of deck of this office. And the guy like looks up at him and looks down at you and just sort of like squints his eyes, glaring, and turns around and stumbles away. The constable turns over to you, Henry. He's like, I don't know where you come from, but when you instigate in my town, I put you in a pen. If you're going to act like a pig, I'm going to treat you like one. Do we understand each other?
How much money would someone give me if I turned into a pig right now?
I know what magic is, and I heard you and saw you cast it.
So
He comes out of your office shoving at us, and
I threw him out of my office. You can't expect a drunk not to be a drunk. Meet people where they are, man. What can I do for you?
We'll take a swing at our friend.
You can talk
I
to
understand
him. You
that.
can talk to Boros.
But he clearly tripped him and instigated it. In this particular case, this is on you guys.
I didn't see him get tripped. He tripped himself.
You weren't looking then, because it was
start-
very clear to me. And since I'm the law,
Or-
I say what goes. What can I help you with?
Then I'll go. Henry's going to leave.
We're here to see if we could get, if you could help us get a guard job with the upcoming caravan that's coming through in a week.
Well, you've made such a good impression so far. I should definitely suggest you for some sort of suitable work.
I'm going to start circling the constable's ankles. I haven't said anything yet as the cat. I'm just going to start being the sweet kitty at his feet.
He glances down. His hair is, he's clearly frustrated because he saw you guys do what you just did.
I didn't do anything. I'm a cat.
I understand, not you.
Okay.
But you are strong, veteran-looking warriors in this town of non-veteran warriors, so he's clearly a little bit on guard. So he's like, what makes you think I could help any of you, or would help any of you?
I don't expect you to help. I was just hoping that you could.
Well, there's not a caravan in town right now, so there's nothing I can do for you.
Well, I did mention the one that's coming up here in a week.
And what about it?
If you could help us get a guard job with them.
You clearly look like you can push around drunkards, so that's a start. What else are you capable of?
Killing
Get
ogre.
really close to people
Well,
without
we
them even
killed an
realizing
ogre on the
they're
way
there.
here.
Did that cat just talk?
It did.
That's the point I was trying to make.
It did.
Yeah,
did.
we can get real close, and all of a sudden, we're there. And I turn back into a Kender.
Oh shit! He like grabs his pockets, his money bag.
I'm not gonna.
Right, you never mean to, right? He like takes 2 steps back. I'm not
Well,
trying
we
to be an
killed an ogre.
asshole. I'm just judging you on what you've presented thus far, and you don't seem like the type of people that I would want to help, just off the bat.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That's understandable. And a very valid reason. But we killed an ogre on the way here, if that counts for anything.
Well, congratulations. I never heard
we're
of an
friends with
ogre
the
being around
Pegasus.
here before.
It's a decaying corpse is about 3 clicks that way.
In the Vingard Mountains. Yeah, all right. Look,
Oh my god.
how did you find me? Like, why are you coming to me? What is it that you think I can help you with?
Some guy named Leosin sent us to some guy named
Akin
A-
said that
Akin,
you might be
and
able
then he
to
sent
help
us
us
to
get a
you.
guard job.
Atkins.
Does he have a debt to you that we need to pay for him or something?
He said I could help you. Who'd he send you to find?
Yeah. Gary.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You
What?
He
go
said go-
inside and you ask for Gary.
Uh-oh.
I'm
He's
gonna
get
go walk
pools
the
up.
street. Have a nice day. He just sort of tips his head and walks away.
Have a good day, sir.
I don't think that Gary. Oh no, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna turn back into a cat again. I feel much safer that way, but I'm gonna be an orange cat this time.
Okay.
The soul-stealing cat.
You love lasagna.
No.
That security, he doesn't really seem too honorable.
No.
You guys weren't talking to
Seems-
Gary.
Who was this guy that was picking the fight
That-
words? Mr.
Oh, the
Sheriff.
drunkard guy?
No, the one that the sheriff that was saying you're causing trouble. I don't like you. And
Oh, you guys
Boros
never
wanted-
asked his name.
Just
I
random
think
guard.
that was Gary, guys.
I'm gonna go inside and ask around for Gary.
So you walk in, and this is a pretty small little office, if you can call it. It's more like a field office. There's 2 cages that looks like they're sort of probably used as drunk tanks more than anything else. Both of them are empty at this moment. You see a young lady behind the desk. She looks like she could be half-elf because of her ears, but she's a little thicker like a regular human would be, rather than the delicacy of like an elf or something. And then in the behind one of the, it looks like almost a closet or like a side room or something, you can hear sounds coming out like, "Did you want a drink or not?" And this girl sort of looks over to answer as you guys walk in, and she's like, "Hold on a second. How can I help y'all?"
Good day, miss. We're here
Looking
looking
for
for
Gary?
We're looking for the Constable Gary. Akin sent us.
Who sent you?
Akin.
And he told you to find Gary?
Yes, because
Okay.
he said that he would be able to help us get a guard job for one of the upcoming caravans coming through.
You look like fine folk. His name's not Gary. I don't know why he keeps saying that. I think it's because he wants to piss him off a little bit. His name's Gerald, but I'll go get him for you. Give me a second. She walks back to the side office. She's like, "There's some people here for you. I can send them." He's like, "Oh, all right." He walks out, and you see this older gentleman, tightly cropped beard, but you know, he's doing his best to stay distinguished looking in his later years. He comes out. "Oh, how can I help you?" "Oh,
Hey, we're informed that you would be able to help us get a guard job for one of the upcoming caravans coming through.
I don't know about getting you one, but I can certainly put you on a list. It really depends on what each merchant's willing to pay and whether or not you are capable. Some of you look big enough. What is it you specialize at?"
Making things not
Nature.
live anymore.
Are you telling me you're a murderer?
Protection.
Because there is a
Security.
difference between a protector and someone who makes something not live anymore.
What do you
See,
mean
we don't
by-
look kindly on murderers in these parts. Even
Unless
the
you
drunkard that I
consider-
just threw out of this office deserves life and a chance at happiness if he can pull his head out of the tankard of ale. You see,
Would
we
you
believe
say
in live and let live.
ogre?
What?
Would you say an ogre would be a good fellow later down the road if you let him live?
I've never personally met an ogre. From what I've heard, they don't seem to be the live and let live type, but we humans, elves, half-elves, dwarves types are. So if I was to sign you on as a guard, I would not be signing a murderer on. I would be signing a guard on. Do you know the difference?
Of course.
See,
We don't
that
kill-
is important to know. And you shouldn't kill at all.
We kill orcs.
See, if you kill anyone, you'll end up in one of these cells, and the next morning, you'll end up on our hangman's noose. That's how we treat killers in this town. And that's how you're going to find it in most of Slamnia. You can't just go around killing people, son.
When the orc is the one that starts the
I don't know
fight,
what this orc is. What's an
Oh
orc?
my
I've never even heard of
gosh,
an
why are
orc.
we
What are you
fighting
talking about?
this right now?
Ogre.
Orcs don't actually exist in this world.
I was meaning ogre. I don't
There's
know
no.
why I was saying
I've
orc.
never seen an ogre. I don't know what you're talking about, ogre.
I'm going to.
There's a dead ogre 3 clicks that direction.
I think the ogre part is that I'm going to try to intimidate, but just not
Oh my
not to scare
God.
him, but to convince him that we're the right person for this job that can defend and keep the caravan safe.
A
Probably not a wise
non-lethal
idea to
To be
intimidate.
fair,
Well,
he already said he'd put you on a list. I don't know that intimidation is going to be the
Oh,
best
I didn't
way
hear
of
that.
getting
Now
along.
we're going on a different
Then-
list.
What list? What list is this that you speak of? Like a waiting list? We're
This
asking
is a
for
no-fly
something else.
list at this point.
It's not far from us. Did that cat just talk?
It did.
It did.
I'm one of the things.
It
I'm
did.
one of the qualifications that makes us qualified. I could do this in other animals that are more impressive than a cat.
Huh.
Not right now, but hi. Also, we have a
Hi.
Pegasus for a friend, and that's the truth.
He, like, brings his hand down to scratch your ear. Is this all right? Is this okay?
Yeah, of course.
All
Yeah,
right.
I love being
all
a
right.
kitty.
Nice kitty. No, the list is there's a bunch of people looking for work, and the reality is this is a trade route, and so there's a lot of people who regularly act as guards or general, worker hands for these caravans that pass north and south of here, and so because there's a lot of people, I just have to keep a list, and to be honest,
Put us on the top of that list because that's what we're expecting for you to do.
you're expecting me to. I don't even know any of you. Like, you certainly look like a very capable, strong human. Who sent you to me?
Hi, my name. Oh.
Yes.
Oops,
Speak up.
Akin.
I can send.
Akin. Did he tell you my name's Gary?
He did.
That son of a bitch.
No. Oh, yeah.
He said you would put us on the top of the list if we came asking.
Well, we go back a ways. Gary,
Your brother?
notwithstanding, my name's Gerald. All right, it's an old, stupid joke that only he thinks is funny. All right, yeah, if he sent you, then you must be someone of some capability. Yeah, I can put you on the list. Hold on a second. Sarah, can you bring the list over here, please? She's like, it's right there on the table. Okay, sorry about that. And what are your names? So if you give the names, he takes your names and puts them on the list, and he sort of like
Top of the
draws like a little arrow. He's like, all right, you are now on the top of the list. Until the caravan gets here, if you're looking for work, I can probably get you guys as some laborers, like day laborers, some of the other warehouses around town. If you want to work at Atkins, I'm sure he could use some extra laborers. I know him as a cheapskate and a general son of a bitch, so he's probably going to cheat you out of some money. But anyone else is probably pretty good.
Kithris, and as he's talking, this guy's talking, says, let's take some warehouse work and maybe use that as just to check the surroundings here, because something tells me this place something's up, something's not right. It's got a weird hunch.
There's talking cats. There's drunkards in the street.
What do you say?
Are you asking Kithris?
Yes.
Yes, whatever's fine. Kithris is cool.
Okay.
We can disguise ourselves as workers, but at the same time, we're just scouting around and just looking, kind of walking with our brooms and looking around.
So anyone that
Okay.
wants to do day labor, you have like 2 days before the caravan comes in. So
Any night labor, warehouse work.
I mean, I'm sure there'd be something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're looking at probably 5 steel a day. I'm sorry, not steel, silver. 5 silver a day.
I could like waitress somewhere or whatever the right term for that is and kind of listen to the conversations
God.
and gossip.
Okay.
We have 2 days to chill, and you guys are like, capitalism. Nah, I'm hanging out in the woods with the birds. I'm relaxing. I'm resting. I am.
Kithris's
like,
initial pitch
you
was to
know,
like,
mountains.
Gunnar, do we really need jobs? To, like, if we just want to walk around, like, and
We
find
would blend
stuff
in
out, like,
better.
Earn some
So we
money to
would-
buy more stuff.
I don't think we need more money to buy more stuff. Like,
So
I don't
We
know
are
if we really
rolling in
need
dough
jobs.
like beef Wellington. Okay, we're good.
yeah, I think we would blend in better with the people and stuff, and just looking like outsiders, so we wouldn't draw much attention to us as we snoop
I
around.
am going to draw attention no matter where I go or what
Yeah.
my job is.
This is true. You are ugly, so you do scare the children. We'll work on that. So
Did you just call my son ugly?
We'll work on that.
I don't even have to have this fight.
Are we still in front of the
was blessed
guy where I
with
just called
light,
Kithris
he
my
wasn't
son?
blessed with looks, so just keeping it real here. He is a strong fighter, but
Holy
a poor
crap.
model.
Hey, so I'm a cat right
Yeah,
now.
where did
I'm
all
gonna
the
go
smoke
take a
come
crap
from?
in your shoes.
Oh,
Yep,
What's
oh,
going
do it.
on?
That's okay.
it's gonna be horrible.
But
I
I'll
do
work
that.
as a musician at
It's kid friendly, but
the tavern because alcohol loosens the lips.
stick on your fur.
All right.
Sorry, does poop stick on your fur? Yeah.
I'm not a long-haired cat, and if I were, I'd clean it
Was
off.
that no?
No.
So he grabs you and wipes. I wipe my butt with it.
Okay, roll initiative.
All right, let's not get off the rails here, people. Jeez.
18.
Come on, let's not devolve
No,
at this
okay,
point.
We're still in the constable's office.
Kithris at this point, he's like, okay,
Amy's
Gerald,
dying.
thank you very
No.
much. And, like, he'll push everybody back outside.
This is
So all
16
jokes
hit.
aside, okay, all right. So tension breaker here. I think we should just take warehouse work, working at nights. Just it seems like this kind of it's a busy hub. We may be able to pick up on something, see if we can identify any of the cultists. And so we were warned about that. And so we can keep an eye out on that. While the rest of the team could, I don't know, what are they going to do? I didn't really hear that, but I think you and I, maybe Henry, should or snoop around.
I don't know. I was gonna say, Kithris wouldn't think that we even would need jobs. Like, we have plenty of money. We don't need the work. Like, we can probably get as much information just rolling around town and just inquiring about stuff to other people. Just, you know, if they have all these traders and stuff come through, like, it'd be just as easy to walk up to literally anybody because they're used to having people like in and out all day and just
So if
ask
we did-
questions. So
Jobs, would we get uniforms and badges?
Oh no. It wouldn't
No,
be
so
like
it
that.
would be from what we're wearing, but we're just out doing warehouse work.
But you would be on the
Jessica-
inside of businesses, talking and listening and schmoozing, rather than
I think it's a good
walking
idea.
around as an exterior. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if
Kithris doesn't seem
individuals
to think
don't
it-
want to do it, they don't have to do it. If individuals do want to do it, they can do it. You have 2 days to mess around.
That's what I was saying. Is just it's not for money. It's just more
Yeah.
for information. I think we can probably get it better by being inside these buildings and outside of it. So we would
Okay,
visually
so-
see what's going on too.
So Gunnar and Elowyn and Boros definitely want to get some work. Lehigh, Kithris, and Henry, what are you guys going to do?
Henry's
Maybe
mad
a
and went
cat?
back to the highbrow. And
Good for him.
he might find out some stuff there. Who knows? I think Kithris will go over to Lehigh and be like, all right, Mom, what are we doing? You want to hang
Well,
out? We can go walk around.
Yeah, I was kind of just gonna like be in the woods and like recharge my, I don't know, nature sense or whatever. We've been around a lot of people in a lot of cities recently, and I'm starting to get a little antsy. So I'm gonna be in the forest, enjoy that.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna maybe hit up some of the taverns and see if I can learn anything, see if anything's weird.
Okay, but first we need to have a quick talk, and then we fade to black as I give him the birds and the bees talk if
Oh,
he's gonna be
wow.
going to the bar.
And then it fades back in for a hot second. You're like, wait a minute, so where did my A come from? And then it fades back to black.
Okay. All right, so Gunnar, Elowyn, Boros, you guys quickly pick up work, and throughout the course of this, as far as specific cult news or information, there are rumors about this sort of dragon-obsessed cult that has been raiding towns in the south and in the east, but nothing tangible, nothing present. As far as Lehigh and the nature, this place feels poisoned because of industry, because of being a waypoint. And Habbakuk, Zivelin, Chislev, they would all want this place to sort of be cleansed. All of the commerce to be wiped away, the forest to be regrown and not hewn and made into wheels and wagons and instruments of capitalism. They would rather things to go back to nature. And so this is sort of cry out that only those who worship those gods would really understand and hear. But then you're going to run into, the sort of gods of commerce like Hidokel, for example, who certainly appreciate this as a necessary component of life and capitalize on it. And so there's this constant juxtaposition of the gods and their representatives on Kryn and how life should be and could be. And that's the war that is constantly being fought in and around towns and villages all around the continent. As far as Elowyn and Boros inside the taverns, you're hearing more about local gossip than you are about cults or trade or anything like that. Being inside of those establishments, you're getting to know the ins and outs of the town itself, and you actually know that there are some regular wagon masters or caravan participants that travel through, and you're sort of getting some insight into these different individuals about, some of them are more troop oriented as the performance. Some of them are bringing hard goods. Some of them bring trade from way down south, like Abanasinia, Solace, Thorvarden, what used to be Coolinisty, up north. You're getting a lot of great insight that might help you later on in some way. And there are persistent rumors for everyone overhearing this about the Dark Knights and the Knights of Salamnia brokering some sort of deal. Like there's this sort of dropping away. Like those are supposed to be good and evil juxtapositions opposed at all times. But something is stirring in the world that is causing at least factions within these organizations to consider working together in some way, which again is in opposition to everything that you've lived your entire lives knowing, which raises questions about why would they consider working together? What is the cause of this? How is this even possible? But again, it's all rumors, so there's nothing tangible there. Kithris, what did you say you were doing?
Kithris is just kind of trying to go around town. So he would hit up like multiple taverns and just kind of like trying to see what information he can glean from just like being in town.
So you've actually noticed that you're sort of being watched all the time, which is not an unusual thing for you as an Aurak Draconian. You're always watched, but in this particular case, it's by cloaked figures, people in the shadows, people that when you like turn to look because you feel like you're being watched, disappear. And at one point, one evening, as you're sort of walking back to wherever it is you lay your head, you sort of are pulled aside down an alley as you're walking, like a hand reaches out and grabs you and pulls you, not aggressively, but purposefully. It's sort of out of the eyes of the street. And someone pulls back their head, and it's a K-Pack Draconian staring up at you. What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am
Who
I
are
doing?
you working for?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're working for someone
you
here.
working
You're
for?
walking around as if you are a regular person, but you're a Draconian. You have to be working for someone.
I'm a free Draconian.
Everyone's free. That doesn't mean you're not working for someone.
I have no master. Who's yours?
You should consider a master. Draconians don't live long. I come from a city on the east called Tyranny. We have order, Draconian order, and lives of true freedom, and mates, Draconian mates. Our entire
I just
species.
learned about those.
What?
Nothing.
We have a
Just- I-
chance at a future. And you're
Okay.
out here with humans and dwarves. You must be doing it for some reason.
I'm looking for work and passing through, just trying to survive.
Are you
Have
with
you been
the Dark
following me all
Knights?
day?
Yes.
Are you with the Dark Knights?
No.
Me neither. They're crazy. They want to bring back that dead Takesis lady.
No, those are the cultists. See, that's who I work for, and I think you should consider working for them as well. If Takesis comes back, if it's possible, we could be on top again, respected again.
Wait, like, do you really think that they have a chance? Like, I heard it and it sounded crazy. Like, what? It's not possible, is it?
Nothing's possible until you do it, right? Of course it's crazy. How could a god be resurrected? But what if? We've been spurned. We have been shock troops. We have been fodder for every war since we were created. This could be our chance to be on top for once. This could be our glorious moment. We have our own city. Now we could have our own command over the world. Look, I'm going to be meeting some other Draconians. There are more of us in this area. You are an Aurak. You still command authority just by your breed. You could help us. We could join this caravan, and we can secretly take it over. These vile dragon spawn think they have something over us, but we were first. We were the originals. They are abominations. Join with us. Let us rule our own destiny. What say you?
Where should I meet you?
There's a caravan that's coming up from the north in about a day. I'm going to be getting on one of the wagons. If you get on that caravan, find me, and we can talk.
What's your name?
Crag. What's
Kithris.
yours? Kithris. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Aurak. Maybe we can rule together. Good night. He sort of
Good night.
pulls his hood over, looks around, and slinks off into the darkness.
Kithris is gonna head back out into the street and try to figure out, like, okay, where the hell did Mom say she was going? Something about the woods. Something about, like, he's like, I gotta go tell her right now. So that's his immediate thought.
Okay.
I just have this mom sense, like I'm needed somewhere. I just know.
I just reach out to her and I'm like, Mom.
I start
Mom.
walking back towards town. You go
How
up to
far does
every
this
cat.
stupid inner voice reach?
Every cat he sees, like, are you my mother?
Every cat I see, I'm casting message. Mom, no. Mom, nope. Nope.
Eventually, yeah.
Oh, good. We need to talk.
Meow.
Meow.
Speak, son.
All right, so you're going to talk, or do you want to wait until next time?
Well,
Next
I think
time.
we can call it. Wait until next time. It's a great cliffhanger to leave it on.
All right. Well, thank you all so
Okay.
very much for tuning into this episode. I know it was more role-playing heavy. We just had a little bit of an encounter-ish, and an encounter. But that's kind of what it's going to be like for the next few sessions. We're going to be joining caravans. We're going to be traveling over land. There's going to be a lot of role-playing opportunity. There's going to be a lot of sort of interaction with NPCs. And if that's not what you're looking for, then bugger off. But if you like role-playing in your role-playing games, stay tuned, because we got a lot coming in for you.
And if you love ankle jokes, this is the place for you.
This is true. All right, that is it for the session 12 of our Dungeons & Dragons 2024 heavily customized Tyranny of Dragons live play. I'd like to thank the players for joining me and making this an entertaining session. That song at the top of the session was made by my son, Boros, the Bard. Well done. I would like to thank let's see, what do you think of the adventure thus far? I'm reading a script, obviously. Feel free to email me at info@dealsaga.com or leave a comment below. I would like to take a moment and remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. All of that goes to help other people learn about this channel and Dragonlance. And what's not to love, right? What's not to love? All right, this channel is all about celebrating the wonder world of cats, talking cats, black cats, all sorts of cats, and the Dragonlance Saga. So, thank you for joining that celebration. Until next time, for everyone here, my name's Adam Slanjavar.